Welcome to my beautiful winter village. Throughout this movie, you'll see me take this normal Minecraft village and transform it into the perfect winter wonderland. Get ready for fun snow golems. Oh, wait. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Stuart, that was such a bad idea. Lots of festive decorations. Wait, look at me with that balloon. That's actually so cute. And the coziest of winter vibes. Oh my goodness, look how cozy I look. So grab yourself a warm beverage, a cozy blanket, and let's jump into the movie. Here we are in our brand new world, and we have this really cool tent beside of us. Let's check it out. I am playing with just a couple of mods. Okay, wait, this is going to be amazing for us. We already have a bed and some food and some coal. This is truly amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better start. Oh, look, and we even have a little bit of armor. Well, neato. I'm very excited about this. Anyway, I am playing with just a couple of mods, and we will definitely be exploring them throughout these 12 days of Craftmas. One of the mods I have does add snowy tents around in your world, which is pretty fun. I like that. Well, even though we had an amazing start, honestly couldn't have asked for a better spawn. I still need to chop down this tree. I'm going to go ahead and craft a crafting table, and then we are going to need a wooden pickaxe. I would love to just immediately go to stone tools, so let's gather a bit of stone. Oh, we've got a little zombie. You stay over there, okay? While I am gathering some stone, let me talk a little bit about the seed. I did pick out the seed, so I know of a few biomes around me, and I know where I want to base. So the very first thing that we're going to be doing in this world is actually adventuring over to a dark oak forest and just a regular forest. I want to get a bit of dark oak wood for my starter house and also a bit of oak wood. Where did the zombie go? I didn't know. I don't like that he just disappeared. Then once we are done gathering a bunch of resources, we can actually go to where we're going to base and of course build our starter house. Well, let's go ahead and craft all of the stone tools that we're going to need. And I'm gonna snag this coal just real fast, or it's just going to fall into the void. That's fine. And onwards over to that iron actually. Wait, look, because I have leather boots, I'm not going to fall through the powdered snow. This is amazing. Iron means lanterns for my starter house. I can craft 3 lanterns now. Priorities. Ooh, and look up there. There's a little ruined portal. That's pretty cool. Of course, I will leave the seed and then also my base coordinates down below in the description box. But one of the mods that I'm playing with, it does allow snow to be in every single biome. So if you load up this world, you probably won't have snow in every biome. Also, there are so many zombie sounds. I can't help but to think maybe there's a spawner there. Gotta take a little peek. Ooh, there's the cave. Ooh, I see a skeleton. I don't see a spawner right off the bat. Yeah, we'll just actually run away. I need to not get distracted or it's going to take me literally forever to reach my destination. And if I mine every single ore I see, it's going to take me even longer, but I can't just leave this iron here. Again, iron equals lanterns. Thank goodness I found a bed so we can go to sleep for our very first night. And we continue journeying on to the forest. Oh, it's right there. Perfect. Oh, and some sweet berries. I'm definitely going to want those. Something tells me that I'm going to be eating sweet berries a lot. All right, let me just grab some oak saplings real fast. We'll definitely take these lily of the valley because I'm going to want to dye some glass panes white. And that reminds me that I should go ahead and collect some sand too for the glass panes. Nothing is worse than you building your starter house and then realizing you forgot sand. Ooh, and here are some pumpkins. Let's grab those. And look, it's snowing. Anyway, we have ourselves 7 oak saplings. That sounds like plenty to me. Let's continue on our journey over to the dark oak forest now, which will just be a little bit further south. I love all of the mountain goats around. Hello, mountain goat. Honestly, mountain goats may be one of my favorite Minecraft mob. They are really quite cute, but they are also absolute menaces. Oh, and there's the dark oak forest. Perfect, perfect. Now to collect some dark oak saplings. have ourselves 9 dark oak saplings, so I think that we are good to go to head over to where I went to base, which is just way north. We spawned around here, so now you can probably see why I decided to gather resources first. If I decided to go where I wanted to base first, then I would have had to backtrack so much further. Ooh, maybe before we go over there, we can chop down one of these giant spruce trees, and then we'll be able to get so many spruce saplings from it, and also so much spruce wood. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe this one seems to have lots of leaves. Now I will be heading home to my future base. We'll see how many times I get distracted along the way. Hopefully not at all. But if I see brown mushrooms, I have to stop to pick them. They're just so darn cute. And I'm going to need sugarcane, so obviously have to grab that. Oh, there's an azalea tree. That is good to know. One good thing about this here map is that I can just write down a quick note that there's an azalea tree here. Obviously, we have to stop over at this gingerbread house. I have explored one of these before, so I do know what to expect. We should run into a little gingerbread man, and also we are able to eat said gingerbread man. Look how cute he is. Okay, I'm only doing this for science. This is for science. Okay, wait, maybe that was actually so bad. But I was kind of hungry, you know? I'm a little bit baffled at what just happened back there. I truly am a monster. Take a bite off of a gingerbread golem. We're just gonna pretend that that didn't happen, okay? Gingerbread golem, I have literally no idea what you're talking about. All I saw was a gingerbread house. There was no gingerbread golem inside of that house. Look at my hunger. I'm still starving. I will deny any involvement with a gingerbread golem until the day I die. And looky here, we have arrived to where I am going to call home for the remainder of these 12 days of Craftmas. I figured that basing near a village would be perfect because there's so many builds here already, and I can really just decorate this place and make it look fun and festive. We already have a little bit of food for ourselves, and of course lots of neighbors, but I don't want to actually place my house inside of the village. I want to place it slightly outside of the village. I don't want villagers to actually be sharing my bed with me or anything. I need my personal space, and villagers like to not respect your personal space. Also, there are so many mountain goats around here. That's so cool. First things first, I really need to plant these sweet berries so they can start growing, and I will have some more food. And then I'm also going to plant a giant spruce tree because something tells me that we're going to need a lot more spruce wood than this. Or actually maybe not. I'm not sure. I guess we'll just find out. And some extra oak trees could be nice. So let's go ahead and plant those too. I think we should have enough dark oak wood. But let's go ahead and start building this starter house, shall we? I'm going to build it right here in this perfect open area. Obviously, we're going to be focusing on a very heavy wood block palette. I don't have many other blocks at the moment, but even if I did, I would still probably just do wood. Wood, it just feels so cozy and so perfect for the village that we are super close to, and for the pretty winter landscape that we will be living in. I unfortunately am awful at saying words and then counting in my head, so let me build up all of the pillars real fast. Much better. Now I can actually talk. So for this starter house, I wanted to make it an actual starter house. I feel like I very rarely build a proper tiny little starter house. Usually the first build that I build in a Minecraft world is a fairly large house, and you could definitely argue that it's not very starter friendly, but this one is going to be the perfect tiny little starter house. So the right side of the build is going to be the actual house, and this left side of the build is just going to be a giant porch. This is where we will actually enter the house, so the front door will be right here on this side wall. I did a build recently where I did 2 diagonal roofs kind of meeting each other in the middle, and that is one of my favorite builds I have ever built, and I wanted to kind of do that same thing again. It's definitely not the same build by any means, but it has that same concept. Also, you gotta love early game Minecraft and just constantly being on the verge of death. Love that so much. These sweet berries are not really doing much for me. Before I continue on with the build, I believe that I'm going to have to chop down this spruce tree. We are definitely going to need more spruce wood. Also, let me go ahead and craft a furnace so that I can start smelting up the sand that I collected. The next step for our starter house is to fill in the roof, and I'm just simply going to use a little bit of spruce wood to do that. I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. I love that there are so many mountain goats around this little village, and also this mountain goat only has one horn. How cute is that? I love whenever their horn falls off. Maybe that's awful of me to say, but it's so cute. Hello, mountain goat. We should definitely build them like a little structure or something. I'm not sure how we would do that because they can jump very, very high, but it sounds like a nice idea. And also look at this pretty mountain right by my base with so much iron. This is such a pretty area. I'm so happy with it. And the ice spikes. Oh, look, he just jumped on top of my house. I have a goat on my house. I feel so special. I'm going to add in a little spruce flooring. And from here, I can go ahead and add the walls as well. We're just going to do a little bit of oak. And you can start to see how tiny this build is actually going to be. The interior is just 3x3. Also, that rhymed. Hee hee. Like I said before, we're going to have the front door maybe here. And then I want to add a couple of windows. So I'm going to do a 2 tall window on the left side and then just a wee baby 1 tall window on the right side. It looks a little bit goofy, but I think it gives it character. That's at least what we're going to say. On this left side, I'm going to add a staircase and we'll kind of bring it into the porch a little bit. We'll add some oak fences to the porch. Yay, finally I have some sweet berries to eat. I'm so hungry. And it's not even going to do barely anything at all. Oh, look, we have some pillagers and so close to the village. That's definitely safe. Obviously, we're going to be adding a chimney to this build. And I am very eager to add chimneys to all of the houses in the village. These are cute and everything, but I have to have these little smoke effects. It just makes a space like so much more alive. Wow, I have 3 hearts. I should definitely make sure that I'm not jumping off of buildings because I will certainly die. The build is really coming along nicely. We just have to add the details. So at all of the bases of the stripped spruce logs, I'm going to add some trapdoors, then also some stone buttons. Eventually we'll have to get some snow blocks in here because snow will never fall on that block because of the trapdoors. And I don't want to see the grass peeking through. I want it all to be snow. We'll add our white window panes and then also some lanterns. There's a couple of build details I add to nearly every single build I build. And one of those little details is just adding a staircase above my door. That way it adds just a little bit more depth. Here's what it looks like without that staircase. I know it's not that much of a difference, but it's just one detail that I always have to add. Maybe we can have a little lantern right here in front of our front door to kind of add some supports underneath the house. I'm going to add some staircases and then some trapdoors like this, so we just get a little baby arch. Again, we are going to have to come in here with actual snow blocks like this so that we don't see grass peeking through because it's ruining the illusion that we are in a winter wonderland. I know that this is the most simple of starter houses, but I think this is the perfect little winter starter house. I'm so happy with it. And the interior is even tinier, but we also have this porch where we can place workstation blocks. We've got a little tree farm going. We have some little baby food farms going. I think this is just the perfect start to this world and I'm already having so much fun. But I am going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. I will be moving all of my very meager belongings inside in between episodes. And then I think that in the next episode, I'm going to start on some food farms. We're going to need a better source of food for sure. These sweet berries are just not going to cut it. And I do want to go caving here soon, and I can't do that with just sweet berries. I mean, I could, but that would be kind of painful. Obviously, in episode 1, we built this starter house, but today I need to get a better food source than our sweet berries over here. You have to eat so many sweet berries in order to fill your hunger. I also want to get some sugarcane going and maybe a little animal pen. I am going to want to completely redo this village at some point, and to do that, I'm going to need food and resources. So step 1, we'll get the food today. Also, look at all the animals over there by my house. I'm going to smelt up some iron. Also, I just heard the cow get rammed by the goat. Where is he? I think he's still okay. Anyway, we are going to smelt up this iron so that we can make a bucket because we're going to need water, of course. I'm going to craft a hoe, and I'll bring some dark oak slabs with me because I'm going to be outlining all of the farms with slabs. I'm thinking maybe of having 3 different plots. We'll have a plot here, and then if I want to place another plot in this section, I'm going to have to flatten the land a bit. Luckily, I have 1 piece of dirt that's going to get me so far. Let's see if I can get any more dirt, maybe in a cave system. I don't really want to have to destroy the surface if I can help it. But right here, it looks perfect. I wouldn't mind taking a little peek down here and seeing if there's much to explore. Okay, wait, maybe it has some potential. Wow, this is a really tight cave. I would never be doing this in real life. Oh, wait, there's cute little icicles. That's so cool. Well, I don't have a pickaxe, and I'm not finding anything super cool, except maybe it opens up a little bit here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe we will explore this in the future. Also, sorry, I know you can't see a single thing. If it makes you feel any better, I can't really see anything either. But enough distractions. Let's head back to the surface. Look what we can do with those icicles that we found in the cave. Isn't that so cool? Hopefully we can get some more of these in the future because I'd love to hang them on all of my builds. Anyway, now that we are back to the surface, also rest in peace, rabbit. Don't know how he died, but I blame it on the goat. Anyway, now that we are back on the surface, let's fill in this little hole, flatten the land a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and outline all of the farms in with dark oak slabs. Slabs are really nice for snowy areas because snow doesn't fall on the slabs, so I'm sure we're definitely going to be using slabs strategically in this world. Let's see if the village has any water for me to take. Oh, perfect. I'm definitely going to need some kind of well a bit closer to my base, but for now we can just do a little infinite water source like this. In order to prevent the water from freezing in our farmland, I'm just going to place a slab like that. On this far plot, maybe we can plant the sugar cane. So we're going to have to get a little bit of water. Then we'll place a slab on top of the water and we can actually plant the sugar cane here. So we'll do a checkerboard pattern. I think there's technically a way to grow sugarcane a little bit faster and more efficiently than the checkerboard pattern, but the checkerboard pattern is fun and easy, so we're just gonna stick with that. Sugarcane is going to be really helpful to craft some festive decorations. I think that there's a bunch of paper decorations that we can use, but of course we need sugarcane and paper to craft them. If we look at the Macaw's holiday mod that I have, let's see all these wall decals, you need paper for them. So these really cool garlands, we need paper. And also looks like green dye, maybe we are going to have to try to find a desert at some point, because I definitely see us using green dye here in our future. In these early episodes, I really just want to get a good foundation built up for myself so that whenever towards the end of this let's play, whenever I'm really building and decorating, I have a good foundation set up to be able to build and decorate efficiently. So paper and wool and good tools. Oh, rest in peace, cow. He did not last long. I'm really gonna have to think about how I'm going to keep these animals safe from all of the goats because they will just slaughter all of my cows and sheep. They're going to have to be like locked inside of a barn or something, but that will be a problem for future me. I need to go ahead and find some crops over in the village. I'm thinking some potatoes and wheat. Believe it or not, I have not acquired a single wheat seed. Luckily, we have some potatoes right here, and don't worry, I will replant them back because I'm so nice. We've got some wheat here. Also looks like we have more potatoes and cabbage and onions. I do have the Farmer's Delight mod in my game, clearly. Let's plant potatoes on this plot and wheat on this one. We have 3 crop fields all planted and ready to go. Next up, I would like to build a little storage shed. So let me grab some materials. We're going to need some spruce and definitely some dark oak wood. I want a couple of stone buttons, so we'll smelt up some cobble. Do you see the pillager freaking out over there? Is he dying in powdered snow? What's going on? Wow. You know, if you had some leather boots, you wouldn't be having this problem right now. How long is he going to take to die? A very long time, apparently. Oh, there he goes. Well, I don't really have any armor, but I feel like I should probably deal with them. Maybe? There's only 2. I've got it. Me and my little stone sword. Oh, wow. That's the first monster I've killed. Okay. Wait. I did not realize I was in so late of a version of the game that I have the bad omen effect. You can't milk a mountain goat, can you? Oh my gosh, wait, you can? Okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely thought that I was going to get the bad omen potion. That's so funny. Anyway, let's build this storage shed. I'm going to be placing it back here kind of behind the crop fields. And it's quite literally going to be a tiny shed. Emphasis on a shed. It's just going to hold a handful of chests. And it might not be good enough for the whole time that I'm in this world, but honestly, I'm just building it mostly for looks. Yes, it's going to be functional, but not that functional. We'll put a tiny oak floor down, and then so that we are able to open up the chests, I'm going to place some upside down staircases there, and we're going to do double chests like so. Then the very top row, we'll just get a simple single chest, and we can open them up. Where did this zombie come from? Literally, where did you come from? Is there a cave system over here? Oh, we're not dealing with that right now. I do want little walls on this storage shed, so we'll just do some trapdoors like that. If you ever need to fill up some empty space in your world, I highly recommend building one of these little storage sheds because they're so cute but so functional, and they can work in so many different scenarios. You could just like plop them wherever, like on the side of your road or something, if you want to have some quick, easy storage. Lastly, we'll just add some lanterns, and this little build is all finished. I do want to add a couple of sweet berry farms around here, but first I really want to figure out what kind of pathway I want to get through here, and I'll probably just do path block pathway if I'm being completely honest, because the snow won't pile up on the path block pathway, so you will always be able to see the pathway there. It's either the path block pathway or slabs, and I think I'm going to go for path block pathway. Now that I have a lot of extra snowballs from this pathway building, let me actually place them right here in all of these little grass spots that are showing. And last episode I mentioned that I definitely wanted to fill this in. Oh, and look, I just dug up some snow, but I don't know, it just ruins the vibe, you know, having like a little bit of grass. I want everything to be snow. And now that the pathway is all mapped out, I just need to simply turn these blocks all into path blocks. I will definitely be decorating the pathways nice and fancy here very soon, but I kind of want to do all of my decorating in one go, so I'm not going to worry about it just yet. And I don't like whenever I can see little bits of dirt underneath my building blocks, so I will promptly be fixing that. Now I can see exactly where I want to plant some little sweet berry farms, and I definitely don't plan on eating sweet berries for long, but this is mostly just for decoration, just so that I have something here and I have something to add a little bit of color. I did not expect to have to chop down an entire spruce tree just to cover my sweetberry farms and trapdoors, but apparently I'm going to have to do that. Kind of rude if you ask me. Trapdoors have no right to be this expensive. But there we go, our sweetberry farms are complete. And that pretty much does it for this little garden area. I think it looks pretty nice. I just like how everything looks so neat and tidy, very uniform. Ooh, and I have a few more snowballs that I can make snow blocks with. I think that I'm just going to do this periodically as I get snowballs. Oh, and we should definitely get a little snow golem. That would be so useful for my dream of turning everything into snow. We are met with a little bit of snow on this fine Craftmas day, and we have a goat on our roof. There he is, just hanging out up there. I've also done a lot of harvesting and spreading out of the farms in between episodes. We have 3 villagers in this random pen and a cat and a pig. Just gotta update you on the important things, obviously. But we are, of course, going to do a bit of caving. So let me go ahead and get prepped for it. We're going to need a shield and then also some more torches. It would probably be good if I crafted a couple of extra stone pickaxes. I'll bring a bit of extra wood with me. I have 45 baked potatoes, so we should be good on food. And then also a stack of sweet berries. And with that, we should be good to go ahead and start our caving journey. I want to go down here in this little cave that we found in the last episode. We just have to squeeze through all of these very, very tight spaces. Down we go. If I see any icicles, I will be sure to break them so that I can use them to decorate my builds. Almost there, and here we are in the big open area. Looks like we have a skeleton and an enderman. As long as I don't look at the enderman, we should be okay. Oh my goodness, wait, I think there's a spawner right there. Oh my goodness, look, there's a zombie spawner. That's so cool. I'm not sure if we're going to use it to make an experience farm. However, we may use it to make an experience farm, and that's pretty cool that I found one. And it's really like quite literally underneath my base, not far away at all. I'm very happy about this. I'm going to, of course, make a little note of it. That is truly such a great find. If I do have time, I probably will build an experience farm because I would like to have good tools by the end of this little let's play. But also it might not be in the cards because I am going to prioritize decorating over progression. So I guess time will tell. Any copper I'm going to be sure to get. You can never have too much copper. And it's good to get it now whenever I see it, then have to go down into the cave whenever I'm not caving. It's such a waste of time to have to go caving in the middle of your building project whenever I could just, you know, go caving whenever I'm caving, if that makes any sense at all. Oh wait, look, all of this snow. Oh, it's mostly powdered snow. Cool. But I kind of love that. Though now that I think about it, how did the snow even get down into the caves? That's a great question. My goal by the end of our caving session is to get 4 diamonds and then hopefully enough iron for a full set of iron armor. But you know, the more diamonds the better. 4 diamonds means that I would have enough diamonds for a diamond pickaxe, which I could then use to get some obsidian, and then the other diamond would be for the enchanting setup. You just need 1 diamond for an enchanting setup, right? Or do you need 2? I don't know. I feel like I should know this. Oh, I just googled it, and you need 2 diamonds. So new goal is now 5 diamonds, not 4. We've got this. We can get 4 diamonds, even though that we don't even have an iron pickaxe. And all I've gotten today is a bit of coal. Look at that pillar of ice. Is that from an ice spike? That's so cool. And we got some little icicles up there and some iron. Only 1 piece, but still some iron. In order to find diamonds, we have to get a little bit lower. So hopefully I'm able to find a natural way to do that. All of these caves are so tight and windy. Like, look how tight this little cave is. We've got 2 more pieces of iron. It seems to go a bit deeper here, so I'm going to try not to die. Hey, I think that worked out pretty well. We're running into a bunch of dripstone and more iron. Whoa, look at all this iron. That's so good. We have 11 pieces of iron. Let's see how much iron we end up after I mine all these little chunks. Ooh, and our first lapis. And there we have 48 pieces. That's pretty good. Ooh, and some deep slate. Deep slate means diamonds. So now the goal is diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. Obviously, if I see iron, then I will definitely be sure to collect it. But I want to make sure that I'm progressing down as much as I can. Actually, let me go ahead and smelt up some of this iron so that I can make a little bit of armor. I feel like armor is going to be pretty useful for us. And also an iron pickaxe so that we can actually collect the diamonds if we find them. Or rather, when we find them, because we are definitely going to find diamonds today. There's a new helmet, our chest plate, and some leggings. I kind of like the idea of keeping our leather boots for the duration of this Let's Play. And then we can kind of enchant them and make them a little bit better. But we do live in a snowy climate, and I feel like we should just keep our nice, cute, cozy leather boots. And also here is an iron pickaxe, and I believe we are ready to explore a little bit more. Hopefully I don't immediately fall to my death. Oh, cool. We've got some deep dark. How festive. Hello, diamonds. I've been exploring for long enough. I should find you at any moment now. Wait, I see a block of raw iron right there. That means that there is an iron vein and we could get so much iron from that. I'm just trying to dig a safer way to get a little bit deeper because it seems to go pretty deep down. This is starting to get really scary. There's a zombie right there, but look at all that iron. I've never seen such an exposed iron vein, but there's zombies everywhere and there's deep dark. I'm in this cave all by myself. I only have a stone sword. Ooh, this seems to be a very big open room. I'm sure we can find some diamonds in here, but also probably a lot of mobs. Ah! I am actually baffled that we have not found one diamond. And we are getting a bit closer to some deep dark, which is just a wee bit scary. Oh, that was so scary. That was very scary. I did not like that. I don't know if I've ever been so unlucky looking for diamonds. Oh, there's a witch. Hello, witch. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't know how that skeleton didn't die, but okay. No! No! Stop it. Whenever I do find diamonds, I better find 4 diamonds immediately, not just one little diamond all by himself. Oh, cool. We got a little baby zombie. Love to see it. I do see a mine shaft on the mini map, and I know mine shaft definitely does not mean diamonds, but I believe that you... Sorry, I thought I heard something. I believe that you can find diamonds inside of mine shaft chests, so maybe we could go there because I'm just having no luck in the caves. Ooh, is here the mine shaft? Yes, it is. Something tells me that we're also going to need a bunch of string for various holiday decorations. So I'm going to be sure to gather string here. Maybe this is going to end up being a good thing because we're going to get string too. String and diamonds. We're going to look at the positives because I've been caving for over an hour and have not seen a single diamond. Ah, creeper. Ah. Oh, oh. That actually scared me so bad. What do you mean? Hello? What is going on here? I didn't know there was a creeper party happening. Here's a chest. Let's hope that there are diamonds in it. No. Oh, but there is an iron pickaxe. That's kind of cool. I'll take it. Another chest. Diamonds. Oh, we got a little cooking pot. That's so cute. And fortune 1. Diamonds. No. I know I'm being dramatic, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if I accidentally downloaded a mod that took diamonds out of the game. That is how much I am losing hope. Oh, we got an enchanted golden apple. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, there are so many mobs here. Please reward me with diamonds. That was stressful. We found some. Oh my goodness. Give me 4. Give me 4. 2? I mean, 2 is better than nothing. I will take 2 diamonds. Wait, there's another one. 3? 3 diamonds? Thank you so much. I did not accidentally download a mod that removed diamonds from the game. I just need 2 more diamonds. We can do this. We've got this. Whoa. Hello. Look at this room. With all of the aquaphors and pillars. I can definitely tell that I'm on a different version of Minecraft than the current version that I've been playing in, because I feel like you don't see this kind of stuff in the current version of Minecraft. And also, I feel like diamonds are a lot easier to come by in the latest versions. Wait, there's more diamonds right there. Oh, and deep dark. Yay, I gotta go down here into the scary depths. I'm so excited. Whoa, there's more diamonds. Okay, this could be really good for us. I just have to be very careful. Gotta keep on being careful. Let's see how many we get. Just 1. Okay, cool. I know I saw another diamond before, but I literally have no idea where it went. Wait. Ah, no. Don't. But wait, he's wearing a hat. What is he wearing? Why is he wearing a little hat? Wait, I see diamonds over there. Okay, we just gotta get through all these mobs. Not scary at all. Nom on some bread. We've got this. Light things up as I go. Pick off the mobs one by one if I can so that I don't get surrounded. No. So many creepers. Why are there so many creepers? Wait, he's wearing a scarf. That's so cute and festive. I wonder if they will drop the items. That would be so cool. I want a cute little scarf. But we have made it to the diamonds. Thank goodness. We now have a total of 6, and that's how much we need. We only needed 5, so this is perfect. Also, look how stinking cool. I think that's my cue to leave. But it does look really cool, okay, don't you think? Look at the lava. Wow, it just looks so cool. I'm sure there are more diamonds down here, but I am going to be leaving ASAP. Whoa, there's another spawner. No way. Oh, wait. Is that my spawner? No, it's not. It's a completely different spawner. How neat. Well, wish I could say that I cared. I just want to go home. No way. There's another spawner. Oh, this one's a skeleton spawner. That's so cool. I care a wee bit more about a skeleton spawner. Another enchanted golden apple. Okay. I can't say that this hasn't been successful. Look, there's a way to the surface. And it's nighttime, but we can see the surface. We just literally have to do a little swim all the way up. Now, where does this bring us? If we head a bit Oh, wait, is that the village right there on the minimap? Oh, yeah, and the ice spikes. We're so close. We've got this. Piece of cake. What do you mean? That was the easiest caving trip ever. Definitely doesn't feel like I've been in the depths for literally ever. Also, our crops are all grown up. That is so funny. Crops are all harvested and replanted. Now I just want to craft an enchanting setup before we end today's episode. So there's our very first diamond pickaxe of the world. Whoa, look at this ice structure that they have. That's so cool. Anyway, I see some lava pools a little bit further up on the map, so I'm going to go ahead over there to get the obsidian. Here is our beautiful lava pool. I only need 4 pieces of obsidian, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get enough obsidian for another portal, just because for some of the Christmas lights we are going to need some glowstone, so might as well go ahead and get the necessary resources for another portal. Gotta love a cute little forest fire. Nothing quite screams Christmas like the forest burning down. We have the perfect number of obsidian, 18 pieces, and now we can head back to our base. Unfortunately, I think we may be traveling during the nighttime, which is lovely. Oh wait, sweet. Here's a little snowy tent, which should have a bed in it, and it does. That's so perfect. And I think I will just be taking the bed. Thank you so much. No, we do not have ourselves enough materials for a fully leveled up enchanting table. However, we do have just an enchanting table. And in next episode, I will definitely be working towards getting a fully leveled up enchanting setup by building a barn and therefore being able to collect a little bit of leather. I, of course, need to build a barn so that I will have a place for cows and sheep. However, for the sheep, I don't think they're gonna have very much grass to eat. I want to place the barn right here to the right of my house, but clearly there is no grass, only snow. Even underneath the snow layer, it's just more snow. So that's probably going to take some silk touch in order to actually get sheep over here, at least sheep that actually work. So that being said, I think today the focus will just be to get cows, and then we can worry about the sheep a little bit later. So first things first, let's clear out these trees so that we can actually place the build here and clear out a little bit of the snow. Clearing out the snow means that I can spread around some more snow blocks, which we all know makes me very happy. For this build, we're going to need spruce wood, of course, and some dark oak wood, and we can pretty much get started. So let's start off with some pillars. We'll have a bigger section of the barn over here on the left and a smaller section on the right. I'll build up each of the pillars 4 blocks. And then these pillars will just be 3 blocks. Next, I am going to get the roof in of the build. And I kind of wanted to do a similar shape as this roof over here in the village. So we will start off with a staircase and then build up with a full plank. And then from there, we will slope it out gently with some slabs. So if we do that on both sides, we'll get something that looks a little bit like this. For me, barns are one of the hardest things to build in Minecraft, just because every single world you have is probably going to have a barn, and there's only so many different kinds of barns you can build in Minecraft. And I have had so many different Minecraft worlds and therefore so many different barns. Let me know if you reuse builds in different worlds. Like, will you use a build design in one world and then you make a new world and you do the same build design? I would love to know. I feel like if I were to do that in my YouTube videos, then things would get a little bit boring if I'm just building the same build over and over again. So obviously I don't do that too often, though I guarantee you I have probably built a barn very similar to this, if not exactly like this before. Again, there's just only so many ways for you to build a barn. Anyway, let's fill in the roof with some spruce wood. Also, I love how the starter house has snow on top. The snow and the icicles look so good together. Over here on this side of the roof, I want to do a little dormer situation. So we'll just place some dark oak stairs. And then from there, we will slope up with some slabs, getting something that looks like this. I guess I could do that same thing on this side. I don't know if I necessarily need to because we have this slope, but let's see what it looks like. We'll give it a little go. What do we think? Okay, sure, why not? It definitely doesn't look bad, so let's do it. Now moving on to the walls, I'm going to add a little spruce beam across the front and then also at the back. I am also thinking that we are going to need some more spruce wood, so let me go ahead and plant another giant spruce tree, and we'll move on to the walls. While we are waiting for the spruce tree to grow, there's simply just going to be more spruce wood. Again, a wood block palette is very cozy and it matches the village. Oh my goodness, that tree grew so fast. Good job, little spruce tree. I want to add a little window here on the right side, and maybe we'll add that same window on the back as well. We'll leave these little top parts open a little bit so you'll be able to see through, and doing that same thing along the back. That is pretty much the world's easiest barn. We have some details to add, but that's pretty much about it. I'm going to outline the doorway and some trap doors. I'm just going to leave the doorway open for the barn. I kind of like to do that with my barns, just because we are going to be bringing animals into the barn, and having a nice open doorway is nice for that. All right, let's chop down this spruce tree. Random side note, I love how the base is looking from the map. Doesn't it look so cool? For the windows, I'm just going to add some fences. Here on the front, I want to add some little lanterns on top of fences. And just like I've been doing for all of my builds, I'm going to add stone buttons above the trapdoors. That will pretty much do it for the build, but I can at least spruce up the ceiling a little bit. I'll add like a little archway here or something. Ooh, and so that we can actually keep animals inside of the barn, I'm going to have a little gate like this, because the barn is my animal pen. So all of the cows will just live inside of the barn. And that's pretty much it for our easy peasy barn design. Let me be sure to harvest what wheat I can, and also the sugar cane. Our next task is to actually get cows to go inside of the barn, and I'm thinking this is going to take us a very long time to find cows, so let's bring the bed. Oh wait, actually I already have an inventory bed. So one thing that is going to help me on this cow finding journey is up there at the top left. If you see a little yellow dot, that means there is a mob there. So for example, the yellow dots on the mini map are actually these pigs. So I pretty much just need to go from yellow dot to yellow dot until hopefully I find a cow. Look, these little yellow dots are these birds. Look how cute. Oh, look at them. Look at him flap his little wings. You may not know this about me, but I am a huge bird nerd. I love myself a little bird. So I very much appreciate seeing the little bird. Oh my goodness, what is this? Literally, what is that? Oh my goodness, a cinnamon bush? That's so cute. Look at it. Can I just like replant it wherever? Oh, I can. Wait, that's so cool. Look at it. I love that. Oh, wait. They're everywhere. I have no idea what mod that's from, but that's pretty cool. Oh, wait, there's a sheep. I unfortunately don't think I'm going to get the sheep right now. Some chickens. Ooh. Wait, look, there's a little trail of ruins. We should definitely explore this. I will be marking that on the map immediately. That is very neat. Oh, I would love to explore that. Oh, there's an igloo. That's so cool. Let's check it out. Hello, igloo. Is there a little opening? There is not. Well, that's still cool, I guess. Look at all these yellow dots. What are they? I think just wolves. Wait, I see a cow. Oh, I see lots of cows. Oh, this is lovely, except that we had to bring the cows all the way to our base, which is going to be very, very painful. Leading animals this way takes so long. Like, what do you mean? They're already stuck on this hill. Also, I have to make sure that they don't fall in powdered snow. Like, is that powdered snow? I think it is. Wait. Is this powdered snow? It is. Stay clear. It's getting kind of tricky. All of this is powdered snow. Where am I supposed to go? Okay, I'm just saying, you make leather boots out of literally cows. The cows should be able to walk across powdered snow. Make it make sense as to why they can't. Oh wow, we've got a goat too. That's lovely. I think that is the smoke from my house. That means that we're getting so close. Look. We're getting so close. We've got this. We haven't lost anyone along the way. It's been going so well. Now listen here, goat. I am so sorry, but you actually cannot go in the cow pen because you will kill all of the cows. This is for cows only. Cows only. You stay over there. Yeah, go away. We're doing it. It's working. Perfect. And now we have a baby cow. That actually went so well. But now it is path time. And since these blocks are snow, I definitely don't want to do that. But since these blocks are snow and I of course want to make this pathway out of path blocks, I'm going to have to replace the snow with dirt. Then from here, I can turn the dirt into path blocks. The base is really coming together. I feel like in early game Minecraft, every tiny little thing you do feels like such a huge celebration. Like even just planting a little wheat field is like your very first wheat field ever. So it feels like such a big deal. And these are our very first cows ever. Before I forget, let me place some of these icicles on the barn. We won't be able to place them in too many areas, but just a couple of spots will make a huge difference. I love the icicles so much. And soon enough, we'll have like little Christmas lights and stuff on all of our builds. Oh, and I want to see about planting our little cinnamon bush. We have 3, so maybe we can plant them here. They are huge. They are absolutely ginormous. Maybe not there. Why are they so large? They're so cool though. I have to place them somewhere. Maybe I'll kind of just like sprinkle them around the base. You know, kind of like so. Maybe they're kind of funky, but I like them, I think. In between episodes, I will definitely breed up the cows a little bit so that we can have a good start on our enchantment setup grind. And obviously, I can harvest the sugarcane a little bit as well. And also, we have a goat on our porch. He's so cute. Oh, that actually scared me so bad. Hello, I was just saying they were so cute. Oh my goodness. Anyway, the cinnamon tree looks different from that cinnamon tree. So it looks like it's growing cinnamon or something. I have no idea, but let me maybe craft some shears. Maybe I can shear it because doing a normal right click on it doesn't work. So does this work? No. Maybe I'll have to do some research on these little guys. I have been busy in between episodes breeding up all of the cows. Look how many we have so far. Wheat is definitely one of my worries. I just don't have that much wheat. And the little wheat field is growing so slowly. Oh, look, and it's snowing. I feel like it always snows at the start of episodes. Not that I'm complaining, but as I'm building our enchantment setup, I will definitely be sure to continue to breed up the cows and also harvest the sugar cane. Hopefully by the end of today's episode, we will be able to have a fully leveled up enchantment setup, but no promises. But for said enchantment setup, we are going to be building an igloo. I feel like an igloo definitely fits the vibes. Obviously, there's little igloos in the village and we live in a snowy area. But one of the mods that I have in this world is called Chipped. With this mod, you can pretty much just take any vanilla block in Minecraft and turn it into so many other different kinds of blocks. Like, look at this crying obsidian. Doesn't that look so cool? Whoa, and even ice. Imagine like an ice castle with these blocks. You could get so creative. Though we are not going to be building an ice castle today. We're just going to build a tiny little igloo, and I pretty much want to use this snow block bricks to build the igloo, and it looks like we're going to need a botanist workbench in order to turn snow blocks into bricks. So how do we craft said botanist workbench? We're going to need some flower pots and some other basic materials. I have never gathered clay in this world. Wait a second. Oh my goodness, do you see this snowy flower? Do you know what was here? Also, there's a creeper right there. Ignore him. Is it nighttime? Apparently it is. Anyway, do you know what used to be here? One of these bushes. It turned into a snowy flower. That's so funny because I feel like I made such a big deal about these bushes just for them to turn into little flowers. Anyway, we are going to have to find a little bit of clay. So maybe I can head over to this little river and find some clay there. Oh, hello, spider and creeper. I'm sure there's going to be clay somewhere here. Wait, there's clay right there. Perfect. Hopefully. No, that's literally sand. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, there's clay. I just need enough clay for 3 flower pots. So 28 should be plenty. Oh, there's a kitty. I love him. Now that we are home, let's smelt up the clay. Oh, we have a group of pillagers. It really makes me uncomfortable that they spawn so close to the village. With 3 flower pots, some slabs, a crafting table, and some sticks, we can craft a botanist workbench. I will admit, it is kind of weird that you craft the snow blocks with the botanist workbench. I don't know, I would have thought that you would do it with like the mason work table or something. But who am I to say that, honestly? As long as I can make some little snow bricks, I'm happy. Obviously, there's a bunch of other snow blocks we can make too. But the bricks are perfect for an igloo. We may have to gather a little bit more snow for the igloo. But let's see how far about a stack and a half of snow gets us. Though first, I do need to chop chop down this spruce tree. I keep on just having to move the spruce tree. It's always in the way. This is quite literally going to be the most simple build I have ever built in Minecraft. We'll start with a big circle. 2 more layers will go on top of the bottom layer. So we'll have a total of 3 layers as the base. We're definitely going to need a lot more snow, but believe it or not, we're almost done with the igloo. I was not lying whenever I said this is quite literally going to be the easiest build I have ever built. I think the best way for us to get snow easily is actually through a snow golem. It is officially snow golem time. We'll need a pumpkin, and honestly, I can't remember what else we're going to need. I guess we'll just figure it out. Oh, and we're going to build him like a little pen. That sounds awful, but just something to keep him in one spot. I think we need 2 snow blocks for the snow golem, maybe, and then we'll build a little brace like so. Then do we just place a pumpkin and then shear it? Oh, we do. Wait, is he special? Do they usually have this texture or not? And do they usually have particle effects? Or is it a mod that I have? I'm not sure. Either way, he's really cute. Sorry that you have to be trapped here. Oh, look, and he bounces? Do they usually bounce like that? I don't know. I don't usually use snow golems. But look how fast we are going to be able to get snow. Oh my gosh, stop it. You're so rude. These goats, I swear. Also, one thing oh my gosh. Literally stop it. Anyway, one thing I noticed while exploring some of the modded items is if I craft this scarf, it says whenever you equip it on a snow golem, this one in particular gives the snow golem fire resistance, and the red one gives the snow golem 2 times snowball damage. That's so cool. 2 times snowball throwing speed, and then 1.5 times snowball throwing range. That is so cool. I want to have snow golems everywhere. I am very excited to have snow golems just all over the village, protecting the villagers. That's so cool. Oh my goodness. Buddy, I don't think I've ever been rammed so much in such a short amount of time. That's crazy. Does he not like me for some reason? Is that the one I called cute a couple of episodes ago? Maybe. Or was that last episode? I don't know. They all blend together. Well, we have ourselves about a stack and a half, it looks like, of snow blocks. Let's see if we can finish the igloo with this. Essentially, we're just stacking circles on top of each other, and then we get a little bit smaller and smaller with the circles on top. We only have 2 more layers to go, and now just the top layer. And there is the simplest little igloo, though there are a couple more details I want to add to it. I want to add a little entrance with some spruce wood. On top of the entrance, I'm going to add a spruce slab in the middle and then some trapdoors on the side so we get like a tiny little arch. Next up, I want to add some windows on the side, and I want the windows to pop out a little bit just because this build is, I don't know, pretty simple. No. This is my cozy winter let's play. Leave me alone. Anyway, anything that we can add to this build to kind of spruce it up a little bit will be appreciated. So having this window that peeks out a little bit is kind of fun. See, look how cute. Do that same thing over here. And pretty much the last thing that I want to add is a little chimney up top. So we'll just stack up some snow blocks. Honestly, maybe just 1 snow block and then a campfire on top. Let's see what that looks like. Do we like it? I think it's cute. Let's leave it like that. I'm also excited for it to snow again so that we can get some more snow on top of the igloo. I think that would look really fun. But look at it. I love this so much. Maybe whenever I upgrade the village, I can upgrade the igloos to look kind of like this one, or just a little bit better than what they currently are, though I guess they aren't bad, but I can at least add bricks to the village igloos. I'd really like to be able to fill in the windows with some light blocks like glowstone or shroom lights or something like that, though I don't have either of those things. Ooh, maybe we'll just do windows. What if we just do that? Because I feel like they look a little bit weird just being empty, so we'll just do this for now. I think that'll look nice. But now I would like to see how far we can get with an enchantment setup with all of these cows. Okay, close your eyes. You don't need to witness this. I want to leave some cows in here so that whenever I breed up the cows again, it's not going to take me as long. But we have 48 pieces of leather and lots of yummy raw beef. Except raw beef is disgusting. I don't know why I said that. We also almost have 4 stacks of sugarcane. If I would have to take a guess, I think sugarcane is going to be the thing that we're going to need more of, but I guess let's just find out. Actually, that was pretty even. We only have a single piece of leather left and 2 pieces of sugarcane. What will 57 books do for us? Let's find out. Ooh, I think this is looking pretty good. Oh wait, we can do it. I was really doubting us being able to get a fully leveled up enchantment setup by today's episode, but that was a piece of cake. For the inside, I do think that I want to swap out the floor with some spruce. Maybe we can line up the bookshelves against this wall, so we'll be placing the enchantment setup here. I definitely need to get a crafting table in here, probably an anvil, a grindstone, some other enchantment setup goodies. Here's that anvil and a grindstone. I crafted a couple of chests to place around. I'll hang a lantern from the ceiling and maybe place another one here. Here are a few flower pots I can sprinkle around. I have a lily of the valley, one of these frozen flowers. Boop. Oh, just kidding. You can't place a frozen flower inside of a flower pot. Never mind. How unfortunate. I guess we will place a red poppy instead. This is probably weird, but I'm going to place some random snow around. Though I'm pretty sure that I can't place it there because then it won't be a level 30 enchantment setup, right? Oh, wait, I can. Wait, the snow will probably just melt, right? Probably. Well, I tried. Anyway, that about does it for our enchanting setup. What do you think? I am quite pleased with how it turned out, honestly, and I think the outside is super cute too. Obviously, I have to add the usual path. And what if we add this little snowman to the outside of the igloo? All the other snowmen, well, except the one with the pan as a hat, but all the other snowmen do need wool, so we need to get on it with some kind of wool situation. But we can build this little guy, and I think he would be the perfect addition to the outside of the igloo. Look how happy he is, except I need to make this block into snow. But look how cute. I love him. Ooh, and actually, we are on level 30, so we could possibly make our very first enchant. Let's see, our very first enchant on our diamond pickaxe. I'm breaking 3. Let's just do it and see what happens. Okay, love that for me. Guess we'll just have to wait to get on level 30 again, and then we can re-enchant the pickaxe. But I am not quite done with today's episode. I actually want to start working on the village just a wee bit. This village honestly has a pretty good layout to it. I'm quite happy with how it looks, but I don't want to leave all of the village redo for like 1 or 2 videos. I want to start chipping away at it a little bit every episode. And I figured that today we could redo the pathway a little bit, just make it look neat and tidy. If you watched this video, then you know exactly how I'm going to be redoing this village. It's one of my favorite ways to redo a village in Minecraft. I enjoyed that project so much. So I'm pretty much going to do that same kind of thing here. Obviously, it's not going to look the same. I'm just going to use the same concept. If you haven't watched that video, then essentially I'm going to be leaving the bones of the village the same. So I'll probably leave all of the builds exactly where they are. I might just go in and spruce them up a little bit. And then I'm pretty much going to leave the pathways pretty much the same as well. Maybe I'll get rid of some of them if they don't make any sense, because you know, village pathways just tend to lead to nowhere. So this one, for example, I'll probably get rid of. But I really like the idea of having these neat and tidy pathways. I just like things to be neat and tidy. What can I say? Whatever this is stresses me out. This looks so much better. I just want it to look like the villagers really care about their little village. And, you know, they tidy up their pathways, pick the weeds, whatever, shovel the snow off the roads. I'm just kind of unlocking the hidden potential that this little village could have. And then once I get the pathways in, I'm going to have such a great foundation for whenever I actually redo the village. Again, using the term redo lightly because I'm really just going to be decorating it. Once it snows again too, I think this is going to start to look a lot better. I'm not quite sure what to do about this little garden yet. It even has this weird glitched layer that you can just fall right through. It's just floating. It's looking like I will probably want to flatten this just a little bit. Maybe the garden can sit on this layer instead of way up there. But I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. That'll probably be a project for whenever I actually start redoing the village. I just want to do a wee bit of tidying today. That's all. This is a nice garden. I can appreciate this garden. Though, why is there just a lamppost in the middle of the pathway? Oh, villagers are so goofy. Though, it's not going to be in the middle of the pathway anymore because I'm just going to get rid of this. It's going nowhere. I'm thinking that this will probably be a town square of sorts. Oh, look, there's even the bell there. I think it was intended to be the town square. I had no idea that snowy villages had just like these ice sculptures. It's even surrounded with logs. That's so funny to me. Maybe we can make like a really cool ice sculpture, like some kind of cool statue, and we can use some of those cool chipped ice blocks. I think that's neat. See, and I feel like this process just helps me kind of brainstorm and get inspired. So definitely a town square here. This area needs to be flattened. Goat, do not ram me, please. We'll have some kind of staircase going up this hill. I don't think I'll flatten this because that would be way too much work. Also, I love how this one house is just in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's so far removed from the village. But since I kind of do need to map out the town square a little bit before I move on, I think that I'm just going to stop here. I know we have a lot more pathway work to do, but I do think I made a good start and I have some ideas ready to go. Here's what the pathways are looking like so far. I'll probably link it up to my base, obviously, but we'll leave it like this for now. The pathway goes straight through the village. Look how clean and tidy. Look at those sharp lines. We have a good system going here, and then it gets kind of crazy. But that start of it looks pretty good. I'm happy with what we've done so far. Obviously, the igloo is beautiful, and our snow golem is beautiful. Please leave a little snow golem name down below. We definitely have to name him. At the end of the last episode, I started to tidy up the pathways a bit, and then we kind of ran into a problem, and that problem is this very ugly hill. It kind of just gets in the way of the flow of the village. And then we also have this kind of a town square thing here, so I can't really finish off the pathways because I don't know where the town square is going to go exactly. So today we are going to be working on said town square, but first we actually have to take a little trip over to the nether. In the middle of the town square, we are going to be building an ice sculpture, and the ice sculpture is going to be in the shape of a Christmas tree, and I want to decorate the Christmas tree with some Christmas lights, and to craft the Christmas lights we are going to need glowstone. If we look up this Macaw's holiday mod again, then you can see the tiny string lights that I want to craft, and in order to craft the tiny string lights we're going to need the cube string lights, and in order to craft the cube string lights we're going to need these string lights, and then to craft these string lights we are going to need all of these different colors, and to craft those we need glowstone. Hence why we are going to the nether. We literally have to do so much just to get some Christmas lights. And also if you notice, we are going to need green dye, but I actually already went ahead and dealt with the green dye, and that is because the closest desert to me is 8,000 blocks away. Yes, I literally traveled 8,000 blocks away just to go to a desert so that I can craft Christmas lights. Luckily, it didn't take me that long because there's a lot of ice, so I was able to ice boat around, and I found a couple of horses as well to help me across the land. But my goodness, I'm doing so much for these Christmas lights. And of course we're going to need some gold armor before we go to the nether, so let's smelt up some gold. Also, one more reason we're going to the nether is because I am going to need to be able to silk touch ice in order to make the ice sculpture, and collecting quartz gets you lots of experience. So that's how I plan to get to level 30. And I did re-roll a bunch of enchants in the enchanting table, and if we look here at this level 30 book enchant, we have silk touch. So this is how I plan on getting silk touch. Oh, also we probably will make a nicer nether portal, though no promises. We'll see if we have time for that. All right, let's craft these golden boots. We'll put them on, get the shield in the offhand, and I guess let's go to the nether. I'm so excited. Let's see where we spawn. Okay, wait, this actually isn't too bad, except there's a ghast right there. Okay, cool. No, 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 no. Let's not do this. Oh, this is so festive. I'm having so much fun. Anyway, here is some quartz. So let's start mining that so that we can get some experience. Ow, ow, no, 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 no. I'm just trying to get this glowstone. Leave me alone, please. Okay, let's see if I can do this thing. Oh, that was so close. I've got this. Oh, no, I don't. I did it! Except he was literally so close to me, so it actually wasn't that hard. We are on level 27, so we're getting really close to level 30. Though I would love to get to level 33 if I can, just so that we can enchant the pickaxe first with a level 30 enchant, and then we can go and enchant the book with Silk Touch, and then we can add Silk Touch to the pickaxe. So level 33 is actually the goal. Yay! Well, we have made it to level 33. We have killed 2 ghasts, and I am ready to get out of here. There's our sweet, sweet nether portal. We're so close. And it's nighttime. Now that we are back home, let's go ahead and enchant our pickaxe. And I am going to enchant the book first because I can't get Fortune 3 on this pickaxe because obviously it's going to be a Silk Touch pickaxe. Oh, another Fortune 3? Why do you do this to me? That's so good, but not what I'm looking for. Oh my gosh, and there's Silk Touch right there. I'm going to get back up to level 30, I think, just because I would love to have some other enchants on my pickaxe. And if I choose the pickaxe enchant, then I'm probably going to at least get like unbreaking or efficiency. In the meantime, while I am trying to get back up to level 30, I'm going to start to collect some of the other materials we're going to need for today's project, like a little bit of spruce wood. And actually, let's just jump back in the nether and get back up to level 30. Very annoying, I know. I thought I was done with this place. We just need one more piece of quartz and there we go. Back to level 30. This better have been worth it, I swear. Okay, beautiful. Very much worth it. Now that we have Silk Touch, we can just mine stone and we don't have to smelt it. So let me gather just a little bit of stone. Next up, let's actually get to crafting these lights. So we're going to need blue dye, red dye, green dye, and yellow dye. We have some yellow here and a bit of red. We have the tiniest amount of blue dye, some more red dye here, and of course, we can't forget about the cactus. I literally traveled 8,000 blocks just to get this. We'll also need string and of course our glowstone dust. Let's see what we can do with this. I honestly have no idea how much it's going to craft, but there are 8 green lights, 8 blue lights, 8 red lights, and lastly 8 yellow lights. Let's see what that will do for us. Ooh, 32. There are so many steps to this. Okay, cool. 2 stacks of the tiny string lights. That's perfect. And we still have lots more supplies for more lights in the future. Let me just grab some other random odds and ends, and then we will be good to go ahead and start building. Oh, of course, we're going to need some ice. I almost forgot. Don't know how I almost did that. Though luckily we have so much ice all around us. Wait, look at the 2 kitty cats. That's so cool. But I think, oh, that mines so fast. Okay. Anyway, we're going to collect ice from this ice spike. In order to get the different kinds of ice, oh, we just need a botanist workbench. That's perfect. We have one of those. And maybe this is basic, but I was kind of just thinking about doing more bricks. I'm not sure what else I would do, but I feel like the bricks just look so nice, so we'll just stick with those. And now we can officially go ahead and start building the town square. So the first step is to get rid of this really weird hill farmland thing. I'm pretty much just going to shear off the hill. Things are still looking pretty messy, but this is a good starting point. Let me chop down this tree and clear out a little bit more space for the square. Oh, and actually before this all goes away, I do want to get a little bit of spruce leaf. Let's all say goodbye to this really cool ice structure. You are what inspired me to even do the town square like this. And the next step is going to be to figure out some kind of staircase to go up to this house. Because if I don't add one now, then it's going to be really hard to add one whenever I have the town square in. And I'm thinking that since the house is so close to the edge, then maybe I should make the staircase an L shape. We'll probably have like a little stripped spruce log railing. So far, this is kind of a trust the process kind of thing. And that's for me to trust the process because I don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe? Perhaps? You know, I don't hate it. I think this little staircase will work nicely. And then the last thing that I want to do before we actually start working on the town square is to figure out some kind of retaining wall. Because again, it's going to kind of affect where exactly I build the town square. So maybe I build it here and then we'll fill it in with some stone. We'll do stone bricks and regular stone so that we have a little bit more depth. Let me add some upside down staircases, kind of like I did right here. And lastly, we'll top it off with some slabs. And the finishing retaining wall will look like this. Now we can actually get started on this town square. I'm going to outline all of it in with some stone brick slabs. Again, slabs are so nice because the snow doesn't fall on top of them. And actually, I think that I'm going to fill this all in with dirt because it kind of dips down. And I think if I did a line of slabs, then it would look a little bit weird. I mean, maybe not, but I kind of like the idea of the town square not dipping down, but rather being level. And in doing this, I guess I didn't need to do this trapdoor detail. And over here on this side, we will actually step up into the town square, which I like. Why I wanted these spruce leaves is so that I can place a line of spruce leaves by the retaining wall, but I actually want to make these spruce leaves special, and I can do that by going over to our fancy botanist workbench and then choosing the frosted spruce leaves. Isn't that so cute? It is obviously perfect for this world, and we'll just do it like so. Ooh, and what if I place some little sweet berry bushes here? That could be cute. So then we would start the outline of the town square here, and unfortunately I do think this igloo is going to have to go. It's going to get in the way. So goodbye, igloo. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So with the slabs placed down, we have a town square that looks like a square. Who would have thought? The next thing that I'd like to do with the town square is to go ahead and get this tree in. So let's find the middle. And I kind of want to have grass here in the middle. Oh, and I have silk touch. So I can do that so easily. Perfect, perfect. Oh, wait. There we go. And then we'll do a little surrounding bit around the grass. And yes, this town square is very much going to be dominated by the tree. There's not a lot of room to like mingle, but I think it'll still look nice. And I guess if I end up hating it, then I can always make it a little bit bigger. But let's go ahead and start building the shape of the tree. I honestly think that I'm going to make the inside of the tree hollow so that I don't have to go and collect any more ice, hopefully. We'll start with a big base and then slowly go up a little bit thinner and thinner. And I wanted the tree to be a little bit less open, more chunky, so that I have more surface area to work with. Like this spruce tree over here has lots of extra space, and it's definitely not a bad spruce tree. I could definitely decorate it, but I kind of like how goofy and chunky this one looks. Though now that I'm looking at it, what if I make this stem 2 tall instead of 1 tall? I think that I like to redo the whole thing and change that. Does that look any better? Maybe? I honestly don't know. It kind of looks like a mushroom, like one of those morel mushrooms. If I add some ice here, will it look a little bit better? You know, I really don't know. Why does it look so weird? Let me play around with it a little bit more. Oh, and look, it's snowing. How cute is that? So I essentially just made the whole thing taller. Okay, I think it works. I do want it to feel pretty large, and it looks pretty large. The base is still really awkward, but I think we're just going to leave it because I would like to place some presents down here. and I have plenty of room for presents, clearly. So we're just going to keep on trucking along and see if lights and presents help it. And you know what? I actually might add those blocks there to the bottom. I'm still not sure. I feel like it just looked better whenever I first built it. What are we thinking? Because I'm not sure what I'm thinking. For the star on top, I'm going to add a piece of yellow stained glass and surround that piece of glass with some window panes, and then place a little window pane on top so we get this kind of starburst. We're going to continue to play around with it, but now I want to make all these blocks into path blocks. Obviously, I don't want snow to fall in the middle of the town square, or it's just all going to be snow, which I guess is fine, but this way it will match our pathways at least. Here on all of the corners, I'm going to place some lampposts, and we'll just do some really simple ones. In the corner, we'll have a slab and then some trapdoors. And of course, the lanterns. So all of our lampposts will look like this. And we'll do this same thing on all 4 of the corners. Look at the light reflection of the glass. It looks like a little star, doesn't it? You know, I kind of hate these pieces now. I just can't decide. But then this looks weird too, so I don't know what to do. I am wanting to make some presents to put under the tree, and we're gonna hope that that's gonna fix everything. Will it actually? Probably not. Wait, but look at the tree from here. It glows so nicely, doesn't it? It's still kind of goofy looking, but it's pretty from afar. So we have these little presents, which are adorable. And we also have these bigger presents. So let me craft a couple of them and we can see what we can come up with. Here's this giant present I'm hoping is going to cover up everything that's ugly. I mean, it is pretty cute. I have some of these yellow presents and then these red presents, and maybe I can even place it there. I don't know. What do we think? Did that fix it? Definitely didn't hurt anything. I just don't know if things were actually fixed. I do, of course, need to add the bell back, and we're just going to place it right here on this platform. That definitely like hides some ugly bits too, right? I mean, I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks fine. I guess you tell me. But I do want to fix this pathway up a little bit. If it were to just go straight this way, oh, it wouldn't quite line up with the middle. So close though. It's about 1 block off. I'm gonna see what I can do because it would be really cool if there was an entrance to the town square right at the middle. And I can go ahead and fix up some of the other pathways. Like if I build a new pathway, we're not going to need this one anymore. I'm hoping it's going to snow soon to cover all of the ugly dirt and grass bits. But for the most part, I think what we have here is kind of nice. It's a cute little town square. I like the centerpiece. Also, unfortunately, because of the way I'm going to have to replace all of this dirt with stone bricks, or it's going to bug me so bad. Like, doesn't this look so much better than this? And there we go. It has all been filled in. This project has definitely been the longest project that I've done so far in this series. Between getting the cactus that I needed for the Christmas lights and just all the terraforming and material gathering that I had to do, it definitely took a second. But I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're excited for more village projects because we are officially in village transformation time. I know that I said in the last episode that we are officially on to the village transformation, but I guess I lied because I am going to need to get some kind of wool farm going if I want to craft all of the festive decor that I can craft. Again, if we look up this one mod, then there are lots of things that we're going to need wool for, like this little snowman. These little stockings need wool. There's some little balloons. And you know, that might be about it. But still yet, we are going to be building this wool farm today. So let's go ahead and start gathering some materials for that, starting with the spruce tree. I also might need a bit more dark oak wood, so let's go ahead and plant some saplings. I'm going to place a chest here and start dumping all of the materials that I began to gather. Okay, so do you know about the cinnamon bush fiasco? Look what happens if I do this. Boom, cinnamon bush, it's back. I didn't know you could just do that. That looks so funny. They're back. How exciting. Anyway, some other things that we are going to need for the auto wool farm is some rails and powered rails. And we only have one piece of gold, which is not enough to craft powered rails. And we have 0 pieces of redstone, which again is not enough. We're also going to need redstone for dispensers and observers. So all that being said, we have to do a wee bit of caving. I feel like the caving trip last time was such chaos. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better. We're looking for pretty much everything. Gold, maybe a little bit more iron, redstone. I really need more lapis, and you know, some diamonds wouldn't hurt. Ooh, and of course I did find a mine shaft in the last episode. I'm not sure if this was the one, but if I could find that mine shaft again, then I can collect rails from that. Ooh, wait, this is probably the one. Perfect. Here's some lapis. I think I am about to approach that iron vein that we saw way back when. Oh my goodness, look how deep this goes. Ooh, there's some gold. Oh, and diamonds. Hello. Oh, rip. I've been caving for all of 5 minutes and have already found diamonds. And last time it took me over an hour to find diamonds. Oh yeah, there's the iron vein. Beautiful. And more diamonds. Hello. Why wasn't it this easy last time? Ooh, and redstone. I think this is going to be great for us. We're getting everything that we need. Now to just keep on going and getting more materials. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just found another spawner. There are so many spawners in this world. Also, I got a scarf. Oh, and it's one that you put on a snow golem. It gives a snow golem 1.5 snowball throwing range. That's so cool. I definitely didn't get as much redstone as I would have liked, but I do think it's going to be enough just for this little farm. So that being said, I am going to try not to get suffocated by gravel, and I'm just staircasing my way up to the surface because that's how I get out of caves in Minecraft. We have made it back to the surface, and we're so close. We're not even that far away from our house. Wait, my little leather boots broke. That's so sad. I am definitely going to need to get some more leather boots here soon because all of this is powdered snow. Stop it. Where am I falling to? Can we not do this, please? Oh, there's my base and all of this is powdered snow. How fun. Okay, but literally, how do I get home? Hello? No. Alrighty, we have made it home without dying in the cave or in powdered snow. I'm going to go ahead and gather the rest of the materials that we're going to need for the wool farm, and then I'll pop back in whenever I'm ready to start building. I'm going to try to get Fortune 3 on a pickaxe. So let me craft another diamond pickaxe and see what enchant we get. Okay, efficiency 3. Do we want to try it? Let's do it. Okay, so cool. Never mind. I think I have the materials mostly gathered. So let's go ahead and start building. I am going to be placing the auto wool farm right here in this open area, but I do want to flatten it just a little bit, and I'm going to be doing that with snow blocks, or rather what I can of snow blocks, and then fill the rest in with just dirt. So the plan is to have 2 separate kind of stables. So we'll have one on this side and then another one to the right of it. They're going to be identical as well. So let's build up all of the pillars 4 blocks. For the roof, we're going to do a kind of barn style roof with dark oak wood. So staircases on the edges, and then we will build up with some slabs, giving it a wee arch. We'll fill in the roof with some spruce wood. And at the front, I want to do another little dormer, kind of like we did at the barn. I definitely plan on adding a lot more details around the sides. But next up, I want to go ahead and get in the actual farm. So we'll surround the sheep with glass, and then we need to place an observer here facing this block that will eventually be grass. And then the dispenser will go on top of the observer, and we'll just repeat that 5 more times. Behind each dispenser, we need to place some redstone down. Oh yeah, and you know, I should probably get the rail system in. Might have been easier if I did that first. I truly intended to do it first. Don't ask me what happened, because I don't know. Oh, and look, it's snowing. Perfect. And I'm just going to have one minecart and railway between the 2 farms. Apparently it's nighttime. Wow. So the rail has to be on this level. So let's see if I can figure this out. And so far, so good. It should pretty much be good to go. We can open up the chest here, and maybe I'll place down a trap door. Then of course, I'm going to have to actually get the minecart in there, and it's ready. I believe the farm is 100% functioning now, other than the sheep. And I have to actually place shears inside of the dispensers. Now all that is left to do is to add the finishing touches of the build. So on each of the front parts, I'm going to add little arches, and also the sides and the back. So lots of staircases and trapdoors. And then back here, I do want to cover up the redstone. So I'm going to add a log to the back. In the non-redstone dust places, we'll place a plank and then a trapdoor to hide the redstone. And on the sides, I want to just close it off a little bit more, so we'll place some staircases. And maybe I can fill in this space too. Technically, I think that's going to make the farm a little bit less efficient, but I think it looks so much better than this. Let's get some lighting in here by hanging a lantern in the middle. And I'm kind of just finishing off the corners of the ceiling just a little bit. And I really like how our little wool farms turned out. I think they look pretty good. Now all that's left to do is actually get the sheep in the farms. And obviously, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to just be wandering aimlessly trying to find sheep. Oh wait, but before I do that, I should probably get some more leather boots. So sorry, cows. I do not want to be out and about without a pair of leather boots. Okay, now we can officially wander aimlessly looking for sheep. I believe that whenever we found the cows, we found them maybe around this way, and we actually did see some sheep along the way as well, so really it shouldn't be that bad now, should it? Wait, sheep! That didn't even take that long. Oh, and it has a baby. I am going to go ahead and breed them too, because I'm going to need 6 sheep, so might as well go ahead and get started while I'm transporting them. Hello. And yeah, we don't really have too far to go. We've got this. I just have to be patient. Now I just need to wait until I can breed. Oh wait, can we breed the sheep? Oh, we can. Perfect. That way we will have 5 sheep. We only need 1 more. Is it time now? Yes, it is. Perfect. We have 6 sheep, so I just need to add them to the pens. And this is definitely going to be a bit tricky. In you go. Perfect. That actually wasn't too bad. I think we've got this. Wait. I didn't think that through. Boop. No! I think these babies are going to be really tricky because they just want to be with the mom. Okay, we just need 1 baby in here, okay? Just 1. He's in! Oh, perfect. Can we do a double whammy? We can. Now just 1 more sheep. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, wait. No, 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 no. Beautiful, beautiful. No! Stop it. Now to collect the dye, I'm going to need green dye and red dye and yellow. We'll keep 1 of the sheep white, and then we'll do blue, and then purple for the last one. And obviously I will need some shears as well. This sheep will be red, and then we'll do green for the other one, and we'll keep this one white. Can we dye baby sheep? Oh, we can. Okay, beautiful. We'll do yellow blue, and purple. Oh yeah, and look, we can access the dispensers through the trapdoors too. That's kind of cool. Also, yeah, these get flipped whenever the observer gets activated. That's so lovely, isn't it? We're just going to pretend that that's not happening. And look at the finished wool farms. Isn't this so exciting? Let's go ahead and get some kind of pathway in here. Though it's not going to be that cool, I don't think. We just need a little something something. Oh wait, look, that one's already been sheared. Let's see, is it working? It is. Beautiful. And honestly, I think that we will just leave the pathway like this for now. I am quite excited for today's episode. I feel like whenever we get the pathways finished in the village is going to look completely transformed. It's going to look so much better. Also, ignore the zombie piglin. But first things first, I actually need to name our snow golem. And I have so many name tags to do that. Oh wait, and I had to put on his scarf. So here you go, snow golem. You finally have a name, which will be Stuart. And also a scarf. How do I place it on him? I wonder if I need to take off his little pumpkin helmet. And then can I place... Oh, I can! I want to look at him so bad, but he really needs to stay in here. Hi, Stuart. How you doing? Oh wait, look at him looking at me. He's so cute. Eventually, we will free Stuart, I promise. But I am going to need more snow today, so we kind of need him to stay in there. Or, you know, we can always make another snow golem. What if we do that? What if we free Stuart? I am scared that he's going to die. Oh, look how cute. Oh, wait. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Okay. No. Here, let me help you. Stuart, that was such a bad idea. As much as I don't want him to run away, I don't know if there's any way that I can like prevent him from doing so. I don't have a lead or anything like that. But he's so cute. He'll be fine, right? Probably not. Anyway, we do need to actually put another snow golem in here. So let's do that. Oh, wait. No, I did not mean to free him. I don't know what I was thinking. Clearly I wasn't. But look at his arms. Oh, and he has a smile. But look at his arms. They're like little hollyberry bushes. Okay, I guess we just have another snow golem. Let's try this again. They're actually just the cutest things ever. I love them so much. I want to have 1,000. Anyway, we are going to need a bit of snow because I'm going to be building another igloo. And inside of this new igloo, I want to place a little cactus farm in there. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh, he died so fast. Oh, I just feel evil. Oh no, the goat. This is not going to end well. I feel awful. My goodness. Anyway, there is our, what, like 4th snow golem? And he has candy cane arms. This one's so cute. I'll try not to kill you. So we're going to need this cactus farm, of course, for green dye, because I think we're going to be needing a lot of green dye today and just in this world in general. Also, I'm going to be so very careful. So let me gather enough snow, the rest of the materials for the cactus farm, and then we will build the cactus farm. I have just about everything that I'm going to need, except I'm pretty sure that I smelted all of my sand into glass, so I need to go collect some more sand. I literally only need 4 pieces, but I'll gather just a little bit more. And lastly, before we build this cactus farm, I want to get 3 pieces of red wool. Oh my goodness, wait! You can put hats on the snow golems! Isn't that so cute? 2 times snowball damage. What does the scarf do? The scarf, it still does 2 times snowball damage, so we'll just stick with the scarf for now, but I'm sure we will definitely have some hat wearing snow golems. Now, where is our other snow golem friend? We have Stuart here, of course. Oh, there you go. Look how cute you are. Wait, and it matches your little hands. I love them so much. But now we may begin building this cactus farm, and I'm going to be building it here in the village, actually. And I'm going to be doing the same exact igloo design as I did with the one in our base for the enchanting setup. Also, this is going to be a very, very small cactus farm. It's probably not going to be that efficient. However, any cactus farm is better than no cactus farm. So we're just gonna stick with it. This is quite literally the easiest build you could ever build. It is already done. We just have to add the little entrance in. I'll probably add a window over on this side. If I added one on the opposite side, it would just be looking at this hill. To actually get the cactus farm in, we're just going to have 4 cacti like this. And then let's dig out the floor. The space around the sand is going to stay dug out, but just so that it looks a little bit nicer, let's add a proper floor here so it's not just all dirt. Now this is how this is going to work. We're going to have a hopper here in this corner, and then we'll place a source of water in the opposite corner so that whenever the cactus gets broken, it's going to go into the hopper. Obviously, the cactus is going to go on top of the sand. And then for some reason, whenever a cactus grows beside of a fence, it just automatically breaks. So for example, if this cactus grows one more block, it's going to break and then obviously go in the hopper. Also, my snow golems are just out there in the nighttime fending for themselves. They're probably all dead. Let's hope not, but I don't have high hopes. Well, there we go. We have a little cactus farm. Again, probably not the most efficient thing ever, but hopefully it'll give us a little bit of cactus at least. Also, I'm checking on my snow golems. Stuart is good. Oh, and he's good too. Perfect. Now that we have ourselves a working cactus farm, let's go ahead and start working on the pathways. And we'll start off by gathering the necessary materials for that. And I am going to be completely redoing what I originally had planned for the pathways. Obviously, I've just been doing path blocks this whole time, but I actually want to do stone. And I have like a fun pathway design that I hope is going to turn out good. But first things first, we obviously are going to need a bunch of stone and also a little bit of cobbles. So let me gather that now. Other than stone to make the pathways, we're also going to need a whole bunch of dense snow. And to craft dense snow, we're going to need a bunch of snow blocks. So we are back over here to our lovely snow golem to collect even more snow. It's very possible that we will have to collect some more materials, but let's see how far this gets us. So like I was saying, we are going to be doing a completely different pathway design. I was brainstorming what I wanted to do with this pathway in creative, and I came up with this idea, and I think I like it a little bit better. Hopefully this does end up paying off and I do end up liking it, because if I don't, then I'm doing all of this for nothing. But anyway, we are essentially going to be expanding the pathway just a little bit. And on the edges, we are going to have some staircases. Then we will dig out the middle and place slabs down. So the pathways are going to have a lot more depth than they did before. And also, snow can't fall on these blocks because they are slabs. I am going to have to get creative with some of the pathways and the staircases and the step ups. Like, this can't work, obviously. Over here is going to be a bit of a nightmare because since the pathways are wider now, it's going to make this not work. At least not how it's working now. We'll have to change up this entrance over here to this house, but I think it'll be really simple. We'll just do it like this. But if we were to just leave the pathway looking like this, in my opinion, it would just look very busy, very cluttered. Like, stone bricks look good, but they don't look that good where I can only do stone bricks. So that being said, I am going to come in here with some regular stone to kind of break it up a little bit. So the block we'll use the most is definitely stone bricks. The block that we'll use the second most is stone. And then we'll just add a wee bit of cobble here and there, just tiny little patches. And then for the dense snow, we can add little patches of that as well. And it kind of just looks like little bits of snow on the pathway. And I love how we can make slabs and staircases of it. It looks really good. So more or less, this is what our pathways will end up looking like. Also, I really don't like this thing going on here where there's no dirt behind it. So I'll probably do some terraforming here and there to kind of fix up some weird bits. This is definitely going to be a bit of a repetitive process, that's for sure. I'm essentially just going to be doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I think I will probably focus on small chunks. Get a small chunk like this, for example, all the way in, and then I'll move on. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and get busy doing some pathways, and I will pop back in whenever I have an update for you. Before I get too far into this pathway project without updating you, let's do a little update. I've done maybe like half of the village so far, or maybe like a third of the village, and I think it's looking pretty good. I love the dense snow patches on the path. It looks so good, and it really looks like there's just a little bit of snow that blew onto the pathway, or a little bit of snow is starting to pile up in areas. Like I was saying before, this area in the middle is definitely not how it was before. I had to kind of change the structure of it a little bit, but I think I did as good as I could have done. It looks decent, it flows, it works. I'm happy with it. Next up, I need to add a pathway going up to this little staircase, and then I guess like all the way down there to this guy's house. Again, why is he living so far away? Not that I can really say anything because I'm living really far away, but like, come on, dude. Oh, wait, there's pillagers. See, look, he's not even safe there. Oh, maybe I can make the pathway more of a dirt pathway instead of the fancy village pathway, because over at my base, I'm probably going to keep the same path block pathway. It kind of fits the more rural living outside of the village vibes. So maybe that guy can kind of be like me. And then after that pathway, we'll have to add one going over here to these two houses. And then one more pathway going to this house and then these houses as well. So overall, progress is being made. Things are happening. I'm very happy that I decided to change up the pathways. Definitely let me know. Do you like the path block pathways better or the new pathway design? I've also never done a pathway like this before, and I think it's so cool. And can we please have slab snow blocks in vanilla Minecraft and staircases? That would be so cool. But I am going to need just a little bit more stone before we continue on. So let me go ahead and collect more stone, and then we can continue the pathway and hopefully finish it. Hopefully the next time I pop back in to update you, we'll be finished with it. And then we'll be able to start working on some cute lampposts and other festive decorations. I'm so excited. The pathways are all officially done. And again, I just think they look really good. Here's a little bird's eye view of the village with all of the pathways in all of their glory. Let me know if you think that I should redo the town square in this same pathway design, or should I do something completely different? Should I leave it path blocks? Let me know what you think. I do think for now I am going to leave it looking like this, but I am definitely willing to change it if you think it would look better with something else. But now I do need to gather some materials to be able to decorate the pathways a little bit more. So we're going to need some walls to make some lampposts, and then of course we're going to need some more fences. I also want to craft some wall decals, and specifically these ones. So we're going to need a ton of green dye and also paper. So speaking of green dye, let's see how our cactus farm has been doing. Obviously it's been running this whole time that I've been doing the pathways. I'm going to guess that we're not going to have that much cacti, but let's see. Okay, 15. We can make what? Almost a total of 4 wreaths. That's so good. But I do have more cactus at home as well. While my cactus is cooking up, I'm also going to want to craft some banners. So I need red dye and green dye. Banners are always ridiculously expensive, so we'll see how many banners I can make with this much wool. It would be even better if we could have 12 red banners, but 11 will work. And then for the green banners, I would love to have 4, but 8 would be even better. And again, 7 will work as well. Hopefully we'll be able to get some more banners soon after we wait for the sheep to grow their wool a little bit more. And we just need to craft the little wreaths like this. Oh yeah, and then one more thing that I'm going to want to craft are some candy canes. So if we make some sugar and then make little baby candy canes like this, then do we do this No. Do we do this? Yes. Then we can get this red candy cane block. And with this, we can turn it into these slim candy canes. Look how cute these candy canes are. I figured that they would be the perfect pathway decoration. Let's finish up these pathways. And first, I'm going to add all of the street lights. And I'm just going to kind of like sprinkle around these walls to figure out exactly where I want to place all of the lampposts. And then even these guys, unfortunately, we are going to get rid of them. And we will be placing our own lamppost here. For each lamppost, we're going to go up 3 fences and then place a wall. On top of the wall, we will have a slab, and coming off from that slab, we'll place some trapdoors. And lastly, we'll place fences on the trapdoors and then hang lanterns. Now for these little wreaths, I want to place them here. And it does kind of glitch a little bit, but we're going to ignore it, okay? Do you see any glitching happening? No, I don't either. But isn't that just like the cutest little festive streetlight? I love it. Unfortunately, we only have 5 more wreaths left, so we're definitely not going to have enough. But I'll just place them as much as I can. And then whenever I can craft more, I'll craft more. Easy peasy. And whenever I have like, you know, a plethora of green dye, I could even place 2 wreaths on both sides. I think that's super cute. Oh, now that I think about it, what would it look like if we did a chiseled stone brick instead of the wall? I don't know. Let's find out. And then this way it won't glitch. I will admit that I kind of like this version better even with the glitching. I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now, but if you all just love this version more, then I will change it all to this version. All right, let's build many lampposts. I believe I have all of the lampposts in now, and just look how festive it looks. I know that little wreath decor is so small, but it looks so festive. I love just seeing it. And you know, the glitches just look like it's kind of sparkling, right? It's just like a twinkling little wreath. That's what we're gonna say. But now I want to start working on some banner details, and I'm going to add a string of banners on this side of the town square and also this side. I don't want to do it on all 4 sides because I feel like it's just going to be very banner heavy. I want it to just be like a little detail, not anything crazy. And I was able to craft the perfect number of banners too. I went back over to the wool farm to get some more, and we have as much as we need. So we'll do a little pattern of red, green, red, green, red. And then I want to put them on the opposite side too. Once the village is finished, it's going to look so good. I'm already so happy with how it's looking, but I have so many other details that I want to add, and I'm just loving it. This is so cool. We are definitely on the best part of the series right now. With the banners done, I want to go ahead and add some candy canes. And I don't want it to be too candy cane heavy, at least for now. So what I'm thinking about doing is whenever there's some kind of level change, like here, for example, I have these full blocks on the edges of the slabs. So I'm going to be placing a candy cane there. Also, I got to figure out how to place them, not like that. There we go. And then here's another example. We'll place some candy canes like this. Another little candy cane detail can go there. Will it look weird if I do it here too? Maybe a wee bit. But also, I don't know what to do. Maybe we just don't have candy canes here. I definitely am going to be adding some more decor around the village. But I really just want to focus on the pathway, of course, today. There's these really cool Christmas trees that we can craft, and I definitely want to place the trees around the village. But also, I just want to plant regular spruce trees, and there's these really cool lights that we can place on the trees. Right here, these glow lights, I'll have to show you whenever I craft them, but you just place them directly onto leaves, and it makes the whole leaf block glowy. It's really, really cool. So we will definitely be doing that whenever I decorate the whole village. And then also I had to redo the buildings, and I had to decorate the buildings, so I'll add Christmas lights, little wreaths, stuff like that. So all of that being said, I will probably be coming back in with some more decorations later, maybe more decorations on the pathway, but we're going to leave the decorations like this for now. I don't want to overdo it because more decorations are coming. So if I just completely decorate the pathways like so much, then it's just going to look like Christmas threw up on this village. which I'm not saying that that's not what I want it to look like, but I still want it to be a little bit tasteful. Here in these last few episodes of Craftmas, we're really going to be transforming this village. Between now and the end, this village is going to look completely different. This is where the magic happens. I'm so excited for this part in the series. And of course, today we are going to be building an ice skating rink, and I'm going to be building it in this nice big open area. Let's do a little peek in the cactus farm, see how she's doing. We have 4 cactus. She's doing so good. Obviously, we have to check on Stuart and the other snow golem. Are they still alive? I have no idea. Stuart, are you okay? Well, it's looking like it's a very real possibility that Stuart is dead. Did Stuart go into the nether? Honestly, maybe. If he did, he's most definitely dead. But also, this is a big world. He could have just like went to explore somewhere else, right? Just because he's not right here doesn't mean that he's dead. Well, let's hope that we'll run into him later on in the video. But right now, I need to go ahead and start prepping for the ice skating rink. So one thing that I'd like to do is dye the sheep over in the wool farm to all red and green. So let's take the shears out so that whenever they eat grass, they don't immediately get sheared. We're going to be needing a lot of red and green wool for banners for the ice skating rink, and just my 2 little red and green sheep are not going to cut it. So we'll dye all of the sheep red and green as soon as they eat some grass. I am also going to need to craft myself a mason work table. Looks like we'll need a brick, some clay, some iron, a crafting table, and some wood. Here is a brick, some iron, a bit of wood, a crafting table, and I do not have a single piece of clay, so let me go get that. And now we can craft this mason work table. With this mason work table, we can place stone blocks in and get lots of different kinds of stone. We can also place like brick and granite and essentially any block that is stone. And I'm actually going to be using this pillar stone brick for our ice skating rink. Another little fun thing that we're going to need to craft is this decorated Christmas tree. And to craft this, we're going to need all of the different pieces of the tree, and we need spruce leaves for that. Luckily, we have spruce trees all around. Let's craft the base, the tree bottom, the tree middle, and then the tree top, and we just need to combine these pieces with a bunch of red dye. There's also lots of other different colors, which is fun, but obviously red is a very festive color, so we're gonna go with that. Though the purple is kind of calling my name just a wee bit. Oh, also, I don't know why I just made 1 of each of these. I'm going to need 4 of each of these. So let me actually chop down this big spruce tree over here because we're going to need a lot more spruce wood. No! It's so hard for me to tell if it's nighttime whenever it's snowing. Like, does this look like nighttime? No. Oh, look at all of them. Hello? Anyway, now that we have our trees crafted, we just need a few more things before we can begin building, starting with some dark oak wood, some ice, some of our colorful tiny string lights, some lanterns, a campfire, and of course a bunch of red and green banners. Ha 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 ha. Dummies. You know, having powdered snow around your base is a pretty good defense against pillagers and just other mobs. Oh, I'm also going to want to craft some more wreaths. And there's this one wreath recipe that's so much easier to craft than the one that we were crafting in the last episode. This one, of course, we need so much green dye, 4 pieces for 1 wreath. So I think we're going to start using these. Maybe for the lamppost, we can use the ones that we were using the last episode. But anywhere else, maybe we'll use these. I don't know. We're just going to use these today. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started finally building this ice skating rink. And I'm going to start off by flattening the land. Oh, what? Is it like thunderstorming or something? because it was quite literally just the morning. Wow, that's so cool. With this big open area, we can go ahead and start laying those stone blocks that I cut to make a big oval. So maybe we'll start it here. The long sides are each going to be 17 blocks long. We'll do 3 blocks on the diagonal and then 5 blocks on either end, and just repeat that again. So far so good. Now let's fill all of this in with ice. Probably should have outlined the rink first, because now I'm literally digging up the blocks that I just placed. But you know, I just like to make things so much harder for myself. Yeah, and especially with this little stone shovel, it's gonna take a second, but not to fear. I'm going to craft myself an iron shovel. It'll go just a wee bit faster now. Now to fill it all in with ice. What's kind of cool is that this is going to be a working ice skating rink, and actually I think that we can craft skates. Look! Ice skates. Oh my goodness, we definitely have to craft these before the end of this episode. Then we can actually ice skate in our rink. That is so cool. I'm so excited. Let me know if you have ever gone ice skating before. I personally have not. I am absolutely terrified to do it. I feel like if I ever went ice skating, I would be like a little baby deer on ice, and like ice skating on tiny little blades whenever I can't skate on wheels. I don't know, it doesn't seem like a good idea to me, but kind of want to try it. Now that the actual rink itself is built, we can go ahead and start decorating this thing, starting with some fun banners and lights. Except I just now realized I made this rink just a tiny bit smaller than I want it to be. So let me redo the whole thing. Stand by, I'll be right back. We're back, all is well. These shorter sides are now 7 blocks long instead of 5. So it makes the rink just a little bit wider. Also, look how cool it looks on the map. That looks so cool. I know it's literally just a blue oval, but I really like it. So on all 4 sides of the oval, we're going to be building a string of banners and lights. Kind of like we did way over there at the town square. Right there. You can kind of see them. To connect these blocks up here, I'm going to be using trap doors instead of fences like I did with the town square. And then we will hang a little lantern off the side. For the actual banners and lights, we're going to hang banners on this side. And I thought that they hang so nicely on these trapdoors here. Honestly, a lot better than the fences. I don't know why I haven't done this before, but I'm definitely going to be doing it again in the future. And then on this side, we're going to hang our tiny lights. It's going to look so festive, and we're going to do it, of course, on all 4 sides. So we're going to have so many banners and so many lights. And then maybe just on the outside, we'll hang these wreaths. I don't know if I'm going to do it for the inside, but I think the outside, it'll be cute. It is very festive, hopefully not too festive. I am not going to have enough banners for all of this, but the sheep are being busy. I'm sure we've already gotten a bunch of wool from them. Let's see. Yeah, it's looking pretty good already. So let me go ahead and finish up all of the other sides, and then I'll pop back in and we will continue doing this ice skating rink. It's looking mighty festive if you ask me, but let's move on to these Christmas trees. That rhymed, hee hee. I'm going to be placing the Christmas trees on all of the corners. Aren't they so cool? And that is pretty much going to do it for the actual ice skating rink. We need to get a pathway in here, and I'll probably have it come out this way and then link up right there. We'll have to get rid of that lamppost. Oh, and at this entrance, let's add some lanterns. But before we do the pathway, I do want to add a little hot cocoa stand back here. I'm imagining that it's going to be one of those really, really small houses where people can go inside of, as in like the workers, the baristas can go inside of, but then the general public will just order outside. So we'll have like a little window entrance at the front, and then the baristas can enter on the side. The trim will be dark oak wood, just like with every other build I've built in this world. Also, I crafted the perfect number of dark oak stairs. spruce. We'll fill in the roof with spruce wood. For the walls, we're going to be using some oak wood. I know, we're switching it up. So here's where we will have that little entrance where customers can come and order. Maybe we'll have a little overhang here as well. And over here, we'll have the door for the workers to be able to go through. On the bottom, around the stripped spruce log pillars, we will place some trapdoors. We'll have some little lanterns hanging from the roof. Obviously, we have to add ourselves a wee chimney. I don't really plan on doing much with the inside, but we can at very least make the floor not dirt and snow. I'll even add a little counter and fix up the ceiling and add a lantern. That'll do it for our little hot cocoa stand. Oh wait, we should add like a little wreath or some Christmas lights or something. What if we add the wreath right here? That's so cute. Maybe the Christmas lights not there, but they could go down here. Okay, we'll do it. I like it. Now, the last thing that we need to do is actually get this pathway in. And I'm going to be doing the same pathway design as I did with the town. This guy who was living all by himself isn't really living by himself anymore. He's literally living right beside of the ice skating rink. That's so funny. It felt so far away, but it's so close actually. But let me go ahead and get this pathway in. The ice skating rink and pathway are fully complete, and I just love this corner of the village. It looks so good. Imagine this level of decoration everywhere, because soon enough the village is going to be completely decked out with lights and Christmas trees and other decorations. Without a doubt, I think this is my favorite project of this entire world. I love it so much. Just look how good it looks. But obviously we have one very last thing to do, and this very last thing is very important. We of course are going to be crafting these ice skates, so I just need a wee bit more leather. I have no idea what to expect with these ice skates, but I'm so excited. Okay, I'm just going to put them on. Oh wait, what is happening up there? You know, I'm thinking that something is a little bit messed up. Wait, maybe it's just the fact that I am walking on not ice with the ice skates. But why are there just like feet walking around? I don't know. Oh, me thinks something is a little bit off. That is actually hilarious. But let's see if the ice fixes it. Okay, it appears that it does not. Do I have more control on the ice? Maybe. Obviously, you know, ignoring the fact that there are just feet running in the air. Let's put on these and see how I run on the ice. It appears that I'm just a lot slower, I think. Yeah, wait, see, the ice skates are so much faster. And then the leather boots are really, really slow. I like the ice skates. I just wish they weren't glitched. That is so funny. Oh, it comes from the mod that the scarves and hats come from. Oh, wait. Look, I can craft myself a scarf. Oh, and you can put a little top hat on the snow golem. Let me craft myself a scarf real fast and probably take off the skates, unfortunately. What color scarf should I go for? What would look best with my outfit? Probably white, I think. Though the rainbow one is really cool. So it says that I can place it in this slot. Oh my goodness. Look how cozy I look. That is so cool. I look so warm and toasty. How does it look with my armor? I mean, definitely doesn't look as good. Maybe with my armor, I should probably put on a red scarf instead, because they'll stand out from the white iron armor and it'll match my little outfit. And red scarf is on. I think I like the red scarf better. Why haven't I been wearing this the whole time I've been in this world? Also, I never ran into Stuart or the other snow golem. I have no idea where they went. So obviously today we're going to be building a clock tower and we're going to be placing it right here in the village. I figured this was a pretty good spot because it's nice and open and also really close to the middle of the village. And one of the blocks I'm going to be using for the clock tower is actually a fun glowstone block. We're going to be using this fancy glowstone lantern here, and of course we are going to be using the chipped mod to craft that. But in order to craft it, we are going to need the alchemy bench. And in order to craft the alchemy bench, we are going to need a brewing stand and then also an enchanting table. We do actually have enough diamonds to craft an enchanting setup. However, how cool would it be if I was able to get Fortune 3 on a pickaxe? So that being said, I want to get to level 30 and enchant a pickaxe. And of course, we're going to be hopping over to the Nether to do that. I have no good way of getting experience in this world, so the best way is just to go to the Nether and mine quartz. I also already rolled enchants, so the next enchant that I have is a Fortune 3 enchant. So I simply have to get to level 30 and survive the Nether, and we should be good to go. Also, if I have Fortune 3, then I can actually Fortune glowstone, and obviously we're going to need a little bit more glowstone today. And maybe I can get more diamonds than just 3. So it's a win-win if we get Fortune 3. Ah, okay, that's so cool. I love the Nether. I should probably not say what I'm about to say right now, but we have not died in this world yet. And I would very much love to keep it that way. So hopefully this is just a nice, chill little experience gathering time. But I guess we'll just find out. Okay, that was actually so fast. We're already at level 30. So back to the overworld we go. And of course, it's nighttime. Why wouldn't it be? But now, let's enchant this pickaxe. How exciting. Let's see what else we get. Oh, that's a good pickaxe. Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, and Efficiency 4. Now let's see how many diamonds we can get. I only have 3 diamond ore, so I'm not really looking for anything crazy, but 7 will work. I'm also going to need a bit more obsidian, so let's find ourselves a lava pool and collect some. I can't remember which one I went to before, but I think I'm going to go to this lava pool here. Or, you know, I probably went to this one. I think that's actually obsidian right there, so we'll go to that one. So we're only going to need 4 pieces of obsidian, and it is so much faster to mine obsidian with efficiency, like quite literally so much faster. Oh wow, my water turned into ice. Now the last thing that we need to get in order to craft this alchemy table is actually a brewing stand. And I was trying to brainstorm, how do I want to get a brewing stand? Do I want to go over to another fortress and get blaze rods that way? No, I do not. And then I was thinking like, oh, I could go over to a village to get a brewing stand. And then I was like, hey, isn't there a brewing stand inside of these little tents? And yes, there is. So we have a brewing stand. Easy peasy. I was definitely thinking that we were going to have to travel hundreds of blocks in the Nether, and I was not looking forward to it. Thank goodness those little tents are so useful. Alrighty, let's go ahead and craft this alchemy table by first crafting the enchanting table. And then we'll just pop the necessary materials into the crafting table, and there we have our alchemy bench. I actually don't know if I've ever crafted this. I've definitely used chipped a lot in Minecraft before, but I don't think I've ever used this table before. It's really cool. I do have 42 pieces of glowstone dust. How many blocks will that get me? So that'll give me 10 blocks, and I am thinking that I am going to need over 40 blocks. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to go, but wait, maybe I should get the diamonds out of my inventory and then we'll go to the Nether. Anyway, obviously we are going to have to hop into the Nether to gather more glowstone. I'm not sure if fortuning over silk touching glowstone is better. I quite literally have no idea, but I'm going to fortune it because I just got a new Fortune 3 pickaxe and I feel like it. Fortuning does work, right? I guess I don't even know for sure if it works. It is clear that I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, and I can just convert the glowstone dust directly to glowstone in my inventory. So we have 19 blocks. And there's 55 pieces of glowstone, so let's head back home. hopefully for the last time. And it's nighttime. Why am I surprised at this point? And of course, I already had 10 pieces of glowstone at home, so I have plenty. With these pieces of glowstone, we can go ahead and craft our fancy glowstone. Obviously, we're going to need a lot of other blocks to build this clock tower, so I'm going to go ahead and collect the rest of the materials that I'm going to need, and then we'll jump back in and actually build this thing. Materials have been gathered and I am ready to go ahead and start building this clock tower. The clock tower is mostly going to be built out of spruce wood and honestly mostly out of stripped spruce logs. For me, a clock tower just feels so Christmas. I have no idea why. Maybe it's just because I imagine old-timey villages having clock towers. And whenever you think of a Christmas village, it's usually an older one. Also, what am I doing? Okay. Yeah, that's so cool. Clearly, I am used to having feather falling 4. Also, I find it very, very funny that earlier today, I was literally saying that I haven't died yet here we are dying in literally the dumbest way that you can die. And the fact that my spawn wasn't set is just the icing on the cake. Maybe I should set my spawn, though I am going to continue just falling off the clock tower to get back down. I definitely don't have scaffolding, so we will not be using that. This is just the fastest way to get down. I just have to make sure that I have full health before I fall back down. Anyway, clock towers feel very Christmassy, okay? That's all I was trying to say. This is going to be kind of a tricky build to build without scaffolding because this isn't even as tall as it's going to be. I'm going to have the actual clock tower and roof on this, so I will definitely die again if I just fall down from the very top. So I put my bed here, so hopefully my bed will kind of break my fall a little bit. I guess we'll just find out. Anyway, along the base here, I'm going to have some extra stripped logs, and then we'll top these logs with some staircases and some slabs. Throughout the length of the tower, we're going to have some windows, and the windows will be filled in with our glow lanterns. This is going to make our clock tower so glowy. To separate the windows, we'll have some stripped spruce logs, and then we will just continue building more windows. This time, this window will just be 1 tall instead of 2 tall like the bottom one. I think that building the tower from the inside is going to be the easiest way to do it. That way I don't have to like build rings of dirt all the way around. But that is what that is looking like. And then I'm just going to finish off with some more stripped spruce logs across and then 2 more windows. So stripped spruce logs and the windows. I do fully intend on leaving the dirt inside as well. We won't be able to actually access the clock tower from the inside, so there's no reason to get rid of it. But from the outside, this is what the clock tower is looking like so far. I love these glow lanterns. They look so cool. They really look like little glowy windows. But I do need to head back down to get some more wood. Let me see if my bed is going to save me. See, look, that was actually pretty good. I'm going to use bed strats in order to not die. But now we can actually move on to the actual clock tower part of this build. And I'm going to be making the clock tower a bit bigger than the base. So we're going to expand out just a wee bit. So for the pillars for the clock itself, they will sit out here. Each of these pillars will go up 6 blocks. We'll connect all the pillars at the top, and then we can go ahead and start filling in the clock. We'll be doing that with white concrete. Though before I get too far into that, let me start to add some details that will be on the clock, just to make my life a little bit easier in the future. I haven't built a build this large in a long time, especially without feather falling 4 and still some stone tools. And how cool is it that I'm building such a big build in my winter world? I think that's pretty neat. For each of the clocks, I'm going to place 3 buttons to kind of signify the numbers. And then we'll have one of these fancy glowstone lanterns in the middle. And we'll have the big hand be fences and the small hand will be a gate. So the clock will look like this, and I'll just need to do that on all 4 of the sides. This is whatever scaffolding would be so handy, because having to dig my dirt pillars and then rebuild them is very tedious. All right, there is the last clock finished. I just need to get rid of my dirt bridge here, and then we can start on the roof. Obviously, we are going to be using some dark oak wood for the roof. The roof is going to be a typical tower shaped roof, and on the bottom layer I want to have a kind of arch so it won't just be straight across. Also, nighttime is very much here. However, I am all the way at the very tippy top of this build, and there is no way that I am about to go all the way back down. So wherever the iron golem is, the one and only iron golem of this village, you got it, buddy. I have full faith in you to defend this village. But might I say that the village is beautiful at nighttime? Look at the ice skating rink especially. It's so pretty. And our little tree, it's so lit up there. And look at the map too. It's so bright. Anyway, here's what that little arch is looking like. A pretty good foundation for the roof. And then we will just take some stairs and wrap it all the way around. I am out of dark oak staircases. However, again, I am all the way up here. There's no way that I am going to go back down to my crafting table. We will just have a hidden crafting table right here inside of the clock tower. It's our little secret. Goodbye, crafting table. Here at the top part of the tower, I'm going to have a row of planks, and then we'll do the same staircase kind of thing that we've been doing. And then we'll finish off with 2 planks at the top and then 2 fences. On each of these full blocks in the corner, I'm also going to place another fence. I've been doing this with a lot of my builds recently, and I really like this little detail. So let's see how she's looking. Did I do it right? I think so. I know it's a little bit unique, but I kind of like it, and we're gonna leave it. Oh my goodness, did you just see what happened over here? He's really doing the most. Wait, look at him go. He doesn't look like he's doing too good, actually. He looks like he's just hanging on for dear life. Anyway, we do have this really flat part up here, and I'm going to place a little wreath. I figured that will kind of balance out that awkward bit just a little bit. And then while I am up here, I'm going to add some of these red wavy garlands, and we'll add them to these staircases here. Look, he has a scarf. We're matching. It's actually so cute. Well, there are those decorations. I do have a few more places that I want to place these garlands. So let me just work my way down without dying, hopefully. For these other garlands, I'm going to place them here on the corners. Also, ignore the fact that I am now using dark oak planks as scaffolding. Gotta do what you gotta do. The last festive touch that I want to add to the clock tower are a few more wreaths. Oh, look at that pretty sunrise. That's actually so cool. Though the creeper, oh wait, goodbye creeper. I was gonna say that he's kind of ruining the vibes. This should be the very last wreath and our very last little touch that we needed to add to the clock tower. We'll ignore the spider, but let's take a little stand back and see how it looks. What do you think? I really like it, and I love all of the little holiday touches to it. I haven't built very many clock towers in Minecraft. I think this is only my second one I've ever built, so I'm a little bit rusty. It took me a little bit in creative to figure out exactly how I wanted to build it, but I'm really happy with it. I think after this episode we only have 2 more episodes left of Craftmas, and I think that one of those episodes is going to be to build a community center, kind of like Stardew Valley vibes. And I figured that this area over here is looking really empty, and it'd be so cool if we had a big holiday themed community center. Today's build is going to be the very last build that we do in this world, because next episode I'm really just going to focus on decorating and adding the finishing touches to the village. But even though we only have 1 build left, I only have 1 piece of iron, so I'm going to need to get more iron today. And since I only have 1 one piece of iron. I've been using stone for axes. And you know, that's just not gonna cut it for today's build. I do have 5 diamonds, so I figured that today we could craft a diamond axe. I know it feels so weird this late into the series, but this will be a very much needed diamond axe. Though I don't want any diamond axe, I do want an enchanted diamond axe, so I need to get to level 30, but we did die in the last episode, so we're only on level 7. So that being said, we have a lot of quartz together in the nether. Oh my goodness, look at all the little piggies. Why are there so many? Remember all of the spawners that I saw earlier on in the series? Those probably would have come in handy. It probably would have been good of me to make a proper experience farm, but here we are just mining quartz in the nether. You gotta do what you gotta do. So let me get to level 30 real fast. While I am gathering quartz, I'm also going to gather just a little bit of gold because I'm going to need gold for these little bells. Look how cute the bells are, but they're actually so expensive. Though luckily there's plenty of gold here in the nether. I just have to make sure that I don't get attacked by piglins. And also we'll get a little bit of experience from this as well, which is cool. Okay, run away, run away. Never mind. Lava, you can take that quartz. I don't need it anyway. I'm sorry, don't shoot. Look at this little chest just hanging out. I guess there's a ruined portal here, but it quite literally looks like there's just a random chest. That's kind of cool. What's in it? Nothing good, but I'll take the iron nuggets. You know, I think that we might have enough gold, and we definitely have enough experience, so let's go ahead and head back home. Now, let's see what enchant we get on our axe. Efficiency 4. Let's go for it. Let's see if we also get Unbreaking 3. Perfect. That's literally the best axe that I could have asked for. And I kind of want to enchant my leather boots. I'm breaking 3. Ooh, feather falling 2. Kind of want to get feather falling 2. Oh, and blast protection. Perfect. Next up, I'd like to collect a bit of oak wood for this build, and I'm kind of going to need a lot of it. So I would like to go to a regular forest to collect oak wood. And unfortunately, we don't have a regular forest until, oh, right here. We have a regular forest, which is kind of far away. This is where we are here. And then this is the regular forest. All of this is spruce. So that being said, let's go on a little adventure to gather oak wood. We'll also need some more spruce wood, of course, some dark oak wood, snow to make dense snow, and lots of other random little decorational blocks like campfires. We're also going to need those bells that I was talking about. I want to craft some red string lights and then convert them over to this wavy garland. There's these cool icicles that we can craft, but we need ice in order to craft them. And I'm not sure if we can just get ice over here where the ice spikes are. Obviously, we can get packed ice and even probably some blue ice. I'm just not sure about the regular ice. Like this is packed ice. We may have to go to like a frozen ocean or a frozen river or something. Luckily, we have some kind of frozen body of water here. Ooh, with some polar bears. Now, is this regular ice? Oh, it's gonna go all the way down here. That's so lovely. It is regular ice. Perfect. I hate to tear up the water because look at it. It's kind of all weird looking, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Look at all of the ice cubes. It's like a little glass of water in the ocean. So now with this ice, we can make all these really cool icicles. Also, they're so cheap. Look how cool these are. And there's also like this really thick one. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Look at it. I will definitely be sprinkling these quite literally everywhere. But I think they just look so cool. Can we break them? Oh, we can, and we get them back. Perfect. We are nearly done collecting materials, but I do want to craft some gumdrops. So in order to craft those, we need sugar and dye, and I'm going to be making red and green gumdrops. So let's see how the little cactus farm is doing. Okay, 28 cacti. That's pretty good. I'm so glad that I built that cactus farm. Go ahead and smelt those all up. And then we're also going to need some red dye, of course. It looks like we need 1 dye per gumdrop, so it's a little bit expensive. Nothing that we can't handle though. Also, I am glad that I've built a sugarcane farm over here because it's definitely coming in handy. So really the last thing that we're going to need is some more iron for lanterns. Sadly, it has started snowing just as I'm about to start caving. I want it to snow all the time. I love when it snows. But anyway, I am going to head down into the depths to hopefully find lots of iron. I still haven't mined any of that iron in that one iron vein that I found forever ago. So if I can find that, then that would be perfect. I've really gotten familiar with this cave because I've already found where the iron vein is. Just a little bit further this way. Oh, perfect. We have made it. Ooh, there's also this Cairo marble, which is a block that's in the Winterly mod, I believe. And you can use that material to craft different armor and tools, I think, or at least tools. Yeah, like look at this Cairo marble sword. Isn't that so cool? Oh, and you only need 1 Cairo marble, though these are just Cairo marble shards. In order to craft a Cairo marble, you need 4 Cairo marble shards. I just said Cairo marble like so many times. Am I even saying it right? I have no idea. Anyway, that's super cool, except we still don't even have enough to do anything with it. Oh my goodness! Wait, here's literally another spawner. How many spawners have I seen in this world? So many. Ooh, and we have a golden apple. I feel like I've had more success with spawners than I have with diamonds. We are nearly ready to begin building. However, I am on level 30 and also in the need of a new shovel. So let's craft a diamond one and also see what enchant we can get on it. Okay, efficiency 4. What else will we get? Fortune 2. That's literally the worst enchant you could get on a shovel. But hey, I've got myself a new shovel and it has a breaking 3. Can't forget about that. But now we may begin building this community center and I'm going to be building it right here. Figured this is a nice place for it. It's probably the emptiest part in the village by far. So let's flatten the land a bit with my new fancy shovel. We're going to be using the same block palette that we've pretty much used for every single build in this world. So for each of the pillars, we'll do stripped spruce logs. The roof trim will be dark oak wood, and I'm going to do a bit of a different kind of shape for this roof. So we'll start off with staircases and then go to slabs and then go to stairs. And then from there, we'll start to use full dark oak planks and continue that until we get to the tip of the roof. So that will give us a roof that kind of gradually slopes up and then gets sharper faster towards the tip. This build is very much inspired by Stardew Valley. So here at the front entrance, we're going to have a peak, and we'll do that same kind of peak that we did for the main part of the roof. So that is how that is looking. And I believe the Stardew Valley Community Center has a clock on that middle of the peak, but we're just going to have kind of a circle window instead. Now let's go ahead and fill in the roof with spruce wood. For the walls, we are going to use some oak wood, and on either side here at the front, we'll have windows. Like I mentioned before, we're going to do a circle window kind of thing here above the front door. And I'm either going to have some glass behind it or maybe some of these glowstone lanterns that we used on the clock tower. Not quite sure yet. Now for the sides and the back of the build, honestly, I'm not sure what kind of windows I want to do. We'll definitely need windows, obviously, but I might just get the wall in first and kind of step back and figure out exactly where I want to place windows. I just know that this wall isn't gonna cut it. We're gonna need to add some details for sure. Maybe we can make some more circle windows just like we did at the front on either side. Let me kind of fix up the roof trim here a little bit, and then I'll play around with that little window idea. So if we do this, what will it look like? Let me stand back. I don't know, I don't hate it. Also, look at my dirt scaffolding. Actually, maybe don't look at that. And then maybe we can add some other windows here or something. You know, I'm gonna say that the details are gonna fix it. I know it looks a bit goofy, but once we have the details, it's gonna be fine. So I'll just do that same thing over here. We'll probably also want to add some kind of windows back here. Maybe we'll just have 3 like this, but I will add some staircases to the windows to kind of add a little bit more depth, level it up a little bit, because right now it's looking very close to the first build I've ever built in Minecraft, aka very much like a wooden box. So we need to try to work against the wooden box allegations as much as we can. So now really all that's left to do is to make the wooden box not look so wooden box like, aka we just need to add a bunch of details. And here we have our fully decorated community center. I added these garland lights and then those icicles, of course. On the roof, I added little patches of dead snow, kind of like I did with the pathway. And then up here on top of the roof, we have these gumdrops, which is the cutest little detail. Honestly, I might add this detail to all of the houses in the village. This is how this side of the build turned out. Very simple, but I think it looks a little bit better at least. And one thing that I think made it look a little bit better is I mixed in stripped oak logs with the oak planks. But now to finish up the interior, I did go ahead and add a flooring. And I'm just going to start working on the ceilings now, and then I need to add some glass to this circular window, and we're going to do it like so. And I'm actually not going to fully do the interior today. I think that I'm going to save that for the last episode, just because in the last episode we're going to already be decorating, so we can just include the interior of the community center in with that decoration. But we can at very least get the ceiling in, the floors in, all of the walls in, so whenever we do get to working on the interior, then it's all ready to go and we don't have to worry about any of the structural part of the interior. I'm just trying to help out future me a little bit. Well, there is the ceiling finished, and then I'm going to add 2 separate rooms to the community center, so I'll have one on either side. And again, I was very much inspired by Stardew Valley, so I was trying to figure out what kind of like cute hobby rooms could I have in the community center. If you haven't played Stardew Valley before, then the community center has like a little craft room, a little kitchen, even like a little blacksmithing room and a little office. So for these rooms, I figured that maybe we can have a cute little gardening room on this side and then maybe a kitchen on this side. So that is kind of the plan for the community center. I think think it'll be perfect. And now that the walls, floors, and ceilings are in, then I'll just be able to do the fun part. For me, my least favorite part about doing interiors is doing the walls, floors, and ceilings. I just want to get on to the decorating, so now we will be able to do just that in next episode. Now we just need to connect a pathway over to the main pathway. Obviously, in next episode, the focus is decorating, so I'm going to be decorating all of the houses, maybe adding that little gumdrop detail to all of the houses. Also, are my gumdrops still up there? Okay, they are. I thought they like melted in the sun or something. Oh, and also I have to actually free the villagers. We have one villager trapped in here, and then we have another villager trapped in one of these houses back here. I need to release them and then also breed them because I do want villagers to wander around. The very first thing that I should do is maybe start breeding these villagers because of course they've just been trapped inside of houses since like episode 1 or 2. And I would like actual villagers to be roaming around the village. So we should probably go ahead and get a head start on that. Oh, I did already go ahead and gather most of the materials that we're going to need for decorating the village. You all have already seen me gather so many materials. I figured I would just do it all in between episodes. But hello, villager. Welcome to the outside world. It's been forever. There's some potatoes. Take the potatoes. Take them. There you go. And then our other villager is over this way. I swear, if one of them dies, I'm not even gonna try, honestly. This is me trying right here. So if one of them dies, there's no way that I'm going to get another villager. Oh, look at him. He's in the town square. Okay, you gotta go to the town square too. It's social hour. He's coming. Are you all going to make a baby? Or he's just going to struggle to pathfind? That's fine too. Okay. Next up, I'd like to do some work over in the community center. We have to do the interior, of course. In this main hallway, I'd like to add a little rug. I mentioned in the last episode that I want this room to be a gardening room and then this room to be a kitchen. So let's go ahead and start with that gardening room. I figured that we could have a couple of plots here in the corners, right by the windows. And clearly we don't have a ton of space for gardening, so we're just going to have 2 little plots. And actually, maybe instead of spruce trapdoors, we'll do dark oak trapdoors, just because we have a lot of spruce already in there. And then here in the middle between the 2 plots, we can kind of have a little table, and then maybe we can get some flower pots to put on top of the table. I've barely done anything with Farmer's Delight in this world, so I figured that we could grow some Farmer's Delight veggies. So on this side, let's have tomatoes, and then this side we will have cabbage. In the flower pots, we'll place a poppy, a dandelion, and a spruce sapling. And that'll pretty much do it for our garden, though I would like to get some wall decor in here. Wait, are they gonna make a baby? That's a lot of hearts. A baby! Anyway, maybe we'll hang a little wreath, and then on this side, we could just hang some of these garlands. Oh, hello, villager. Nice of you to visit the community center. Now, moving on to the kitchen, I figured that we could actually have the kitchen over on this side, and then maybe a little dining room table on this side. So for the counters, oh, wait. I don't know why I thought I could walk on a hot oven without getting damaged. Anyway, the counters will be stripped dark oak logs, and then we have these cabinets that we can use. Maybe we'll have kind of like a little enclosed kitchen kind of thing. Of course, the table and chair set will be on this side, and we'll use dark oak wood as well. I wanted a nice big table for everyone to feast on, even though there are only 4 chairs there. But it gets the point across, right? Look how cozy the kitchen is already looking. Oh wait, we gotta add a rug, of course. Wait, is the villager okay? Oh, it's just a baby. I thought he was running from something, but babies kind of just run everywhere, don't they? Okay, perfect. I definitely think I will add some more decorations later, but maybe whenever I actually have them in my inventory and I'm just sprinkling them around the village, then I can kind of run into the community center and sprinkle them around here too. Next up, I do want to change the town square from path blocks, I think, to just stone. I did see someone suggest brick, and I did actually try brick and creative, but I don't know, I just didn't really like it that much. And I do agree that the path blocks are just a little bit weird, especially since the other pathways are so nice. Why is the town square literally just dirt? So I figured that maybe we'll just do stone. we'll just settle for stone. It'll still look good. And maybe instead of this random kind of pathway with a bunch of different blocks randomly placed, we can have a bit more uniformity with the town square. We'll have a stripe of stone bricks here and then fill the rest in with stone. Maybe I'll add like a little V detail there. I don't know, make it just look a little bit more purposeful. I do need to bring the stripped spruce log detail all the way down. And lastly, because it would look weird for the pathway to have 0 snow, I do need to add some snow around. So I'll just do little patches of snow, pretty much just like I did with the regular pathway. Maybe it's not perfect, but I definitely think it looks a little bit better than just the regular path block. So we'll stick with this. And now our next most important task is to fix up these houses a little bit. So I think that I'm going to make the trim for all of the houses dark oak wood, just like I've done with literally every other build in this world. I just want the houses to match the vibe. Here at the top of each build, we'll add some cute little gumdrops. Also, the sound that these gumdrops make is amazing. I personally think it looks a lot better whenever the door is placed from the inside, and then we can place a little staircase on top of the door. Let's add a little wreath up here, and then maybe we will add some Christmas lights like so. Isn't that so cute? Now to just do that same thing with all of the other builds. Also, I didn't realize that this roof doubled as the wall. That will pretty much do it for all of the houses in the village. They now all have dark oak trim and lots of other festive decorations. And I know that this is the most minor of details, but I really do think it makes a big difference. Now let me check my box of goodies here and see what we can place around the town. Definitely lots of snowmen. I crafted so many. And I have some balloons. I have all of these snowy pine trees. And then I figured that we could just grow regular spruce trees and we can place these glow lights on them. And then also this little star on the top. So one thing I realized is that there's this snowman bottom, and I was like, oh, what's the snowman top? Well, little did I know that I literally just placed the snowman top right here all by himself. It's supposed to look like this. Meanwhile, I just did that, though I kind of need that bottom, so let me take it back and then I'll just place him like this. Maybe we can place snowmen beside of the houses. Maybe the little baby villagers built a bunch of snowmen everywhere. Oh, look at his face. He looks so smug. We'll place this grumpy one here. And then on this side, maybe we'll place this one with the Santa hat. And then just randomly sprinkle the rest around. Ooh, obviously we have to place a snowman over here by the skating rink. And also over here by the community center. Maybe we'll place a couple. I'm not exactly sure where I want to place these snowy pines, but let's just place one. Okay, I think yeah. That's a tree. And then I guess we'll just do the same thing with these snowy pine trees. We'll kind of just place them randomly around. These glow lights are actually pretty expensive, so unfortunately I wasn't able to craft that many. And I really wanted to do these prismatic glow lights, but you need a diamond per glow light, which is absolutely insane. So obviously I couldn't do those. And I decided to just go with the white glow lights, but you need 1 die per glow light. And I just don't want to use up all of my bone meal, so we'll just stick with 17 glow lights for now. And I just kind of plan on planting a couple of trees, maybe just like 3 or something. And on the top of the tree, we can add this glowstone light. And then this is how the glow lights work. You literally just right click on a leaf and then you get the little lights on it, and look, they sparkle. And so we'll kind of just randomly sprinkle these around. Also, they make the prettiest sound whenever you place them. I love that. They're so cool. This village is really, really coming together. I'm loving all of the decorations that we're adding. And I know they're all so small individually, but I feel like they make a really big difference. Oh, how do I only have 2 more glow lights? We may be crafting more because I want to place at least 1 more tree down. Let's maybe craft 10 more glow lights. And then where should we place the last tree? I'm thinking maybe over here to the left of the community center. Be a good tree. Oh, it's a good one. One other thing that I'm going to have to do with this village that I am not looking forward to is replacing all of the grass with snow. It just really bothers me having bits of grass everywhere. And I guess like some grass is okay, but in some areas it's very grass heavy and it just doesn't fit the vibe of my winter wonderland. Like over here, there's so much grass. It's just not gonna cut it. And like that big patch of grass right here and also by the clock tower, and there's some random stone too. Though luckily I have a kind of cheap way that I can do this. So obviously one way to do it is just to collect enough snow to craft the snowballs into snow blocks, and that way it works just fine. However, in one of the mods that I have, I think the Macaw's Holiday mod, you can take dirt and combine it with snowballs and just get snowy dirt, or rather snowy grass block. And I have a lot of dirt, so I think this is probably going to be the best thing for me to do. So don't mind me, I will just be... Oh, wait! There's a wandering trader. This is our literally very first wandering trader that we've had in this world. I'm pretty sure, at least. That's pretty cool. Not that I literally want to buy anything from you, but it's still neat. But anyway, I am going to be over here just turning all of my grass blocks white. The things I do for my Christmas village. The village has been snowified and we just have a couple more things that we need to do, starting with these balloons. So like I was mentioning in last episode, I think I want to hang some balloons around the clock tower and then also the community center. So how I'm going to do this is I'm just going to pillar up very, very tall and then kind of just like place a balloon. If we go to free cam, what does that look like? See, that'll be cute. And then we'll have them kind of just sprinkled throughout. Maybe we can put another one a bit higher and towards the middle, and another one here. Why do they sound so squishy whenever you place them? See, isn't that so cute? It kind of reminds me of like some kind of New Year's celebration, or I guess Christmas. All right, and we'll do that same thing over here by the community center. And with the balloons place, I believe that the village is pretty much completely done. I just want to polish up my base a little bit. Also, hello baby villager just running through the village. How cool is that? Also, as per usual, this little pen is the perfect villager trap. They just get stuck in there. But I don't actually have a pathway going over to my base from the village, so I should probably do that. So you are now free, Snow Golem. And I'm just going to do a very simple path block pathway. Wait, look at me with the balloon. That's actually so cute. I didn't realize that I hold it like an actual balloon. How cool is that? I also haven't really added any decorations to my base, so I definitely need to do that. Maybe we can add some Christmas lights here. Hello, how you doing? Look at your little buttons. They're so cute. We'll add some Christmas lights here. And maybe on the top part as well. The lights melt the snow, which we all know I hate, so I will be promptly switching out all the grass with snowy grass. We'll add some little Christmas lights to the barn. Maybe a little wreath right here. And we can do, oh wait, no, maybe we can't do the same thing over here. Though these garland kind of work better with the staircases. At least from the right angle, they do kind of float a little bit, but from the front, they look fine. So let's add the garland over to the wool farm. The storage building can use some Christmas lights. And you know, why not decorate our nether portal? We'll add some Christmas lights in that as well. If I'm gonna leave it here, might as well make it look festive. I forgot that I do have this snowy spruce leaf, so maybe we can add it around some of the buildings. I feel like I could endlessly add decorations to this village. Like, I just don't know when to stop. And as soon as I stop, then I'm done in this world forever, which is so sad. So if I just keep on placing blocks, then it never ends. But now, officially, the very last thing that I am going to be doing in this world is adding a bunch of snow golems around. And obviously, I'm going to outfit them in cute little gear. Look at his hat. He's so happy. I'm just going to make as much as I can. Oh, I like the ones without the mouths. They're so cute. Here's a scarf. But as soon as I run out of gear for the snow golems, then I'll be done making them. But they need protectors. The villagers need someone to protect them because I'm pretty sure the iron golem is dead now. So it's all up to you, snow golems, to protect this entire village. And also, I'm leaving the village forever, so we gotta have some kind of protectors. And I think this is the last snow golem, and you get a yellow scarf. Look at them all running around. They're so cute. And with that, we are officially done with Craftmas. I truly hope that you have enjoyed spending all of December with me in this Minecraft world. It was so much fun. And just a fun fact, I have spent 127 days in this world. So honestly, not too bad. I feel like we were able to do so much in that amount of time. I've definitely built a couple of snowy and Christmas villages in my time playing Minecraft, but this is hands down my favorite one. Let's take a little peek of it on the map. Look at the gumdrops. They look so cute. And then a little bird's eye view. It looks so good. Please let me know what was your favorite part about Craftmas. Honestly, I think mine was the snow golems. I love them so much. But I am going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. I truly hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that you all have had a lovely holiday season. If you haven't already, then definitely be sure to like and subscribe. I hope that you all are having a lovely, lovely day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye! And happy holidays!